begins August 10th versus the Saints. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website.
Pay.
That's
Pay.
Enter it now. FoxSports910.com.
This is the Parker and Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Air quality alert issued for the Phoenix, Arizona area here on your Thursday. Mostly sunny conditions. 112 will be your afternoon high. We have a 20% chance of storm activity throughout the day. Overnight low will be 90 degrees. I'm Celeste Rodriguez with your Fox 10 weather experts.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need at the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they're guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900 and always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports.
You're hot. It's Thursday, one more day till Friday. Welcome in Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B and Jackson Shu, the full team today from the newest of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations, or the Deer Valley location. We'll be here till 4 o'clock. Happy hour starts at 3. Bikini Week starts on Monday, but we are gearing up as we're getting closer and closer to football season. 45 days roughly before the Cardinals play at Buffalo.
Close enough.
So looking forward to that. But because football season is just around the corner, we're going to start with this. Twin Peaks and yours truly, Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B, want to give you a chance to get a new big screen TV for your house or your apartment just in time for the football season. What we're doing is, in the past, we've been doing these 75 and 85-inch TVs, and then these winners sometimes say, well, I got an apartment, I can't use that, but I can really use a 65. So what we decided to do instead is to give you the choice of what size TV, and we're going to max it at 85. All right, we'll max it at 85. So if you got room for more than 85, we'll have a discussion. Maybe we can help you out, but I don't know how you can
85.
I have an 85 and it's too big.
It's huge. We got a 75. I thought that was big.
I got an 85 that goes over my fireplace.
Right.
Yeah. But you know how the fireplace has the
mantle,
the tile around it.
Oh yes, yeah.
So you would hope that the TV fits perfect.
Sure.
That it matches and is
right.
aligned with the
sure.
tile. Mine hangs over like 8 inches on each side. It almost hits the windows, so it's not good. But anyway, all you got to do is text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. So you can enter now, you can enter daily, and we'll be doing that up until the season starts. So looking forward to that. But let's get to the headlines today. D-backs off today. They did score 5 runs in the top of the 9th to rally for an 8-6 win over the Royals. They win another series. They'll return home tomorrow at the bank to play Pittsburgh, and then Washington is in town. Cardinals, day 2 of training camp. Today was the first day that was open to the general public, and that leads us to our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day. Would you prefer the Cardinals training camp in Flagstaff or Glendale? Flagstaff or Glendale? No-brainer.
Is that? I was going to say, is that really a question?
All the above, man. Well, it's interesting. I put that up because I have a lot of people said they miss. I miss, and Rock, we went up there. We stayed at my dad's house up there in Flagstaff. You can golf, you get out of this heat, go over to the practice. Just a different vibe.
Yep.
It's just you're getting out and about. You're going up north, and there's so many things. You come across more of the players. I think a lot of the media folks, a lot of the players' interaction is. It was just a whole different feel. I loved that feel, the weather, the golf, all the above, and now it just seems so sterile to me. I know for the fans in the Valley can go over to the stadium and watch, but I don't know. I just miss that. I think a lot of the players' interaction with a lot of the fans. But I just said, you know what? I miss Flag. I voted Flag. Bang, right from the get-go.
And, and economically, it was such a big hit for the city of Flagstaff to get 5-6 weeks of a lot of people already going up there because of the weather to take advantage of it, but just to go up there and watch camp. I mean, how many times did we go up there? So many times. And, sure, the traffic was crazy, but you'd run into people you saw that wanted to get out, go up there for the day or spend the night. And I miss it. I really do. And I think the Cardinals really missed on that. And I bet the city of Flagstaff would love to have him back.
Boy, that was the biggest thing, Rock, the economic impact.
Yeah.
And I forget the name of the sports bar we do our games
No longer
at.
there.
Yeah, no, we would do the morning practices.
Mothers.
Great.
Yeah, I heard you say it yesterday on the air, and I was like, oh, mothers.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know. I think there's only a handful of teams that go out of the city anymore.
There is now, yes.
I mean, I remember KC would go here, Chicago, Buffalo.
Cowboys still go to Thousand Oaks.
I think Buffalo still goes. I think they still go to Rochester.
They do.
We go to Niagara Falls or Fredonia.
Yes,
I think
they
they
do.
still go out. But it's just, I think for the fans that can't get to your city to get out and about. But first opening day to the public, I don't understand why I know there's all but 3 days open to the public. I know that the ticket holders or VIP people have their own special day. But, it's easy, accessible. But I thought, hey, you know what? Out of the heat, play a little golf, go up there and see a lot of folks you don't typically see.
I'm really surprised that here we are. We've been on we've been on for 6 minutes. Chris Schubert's with us today, correct?
Yeah, she was there.
Yeah, she was there.
I mean, why isn't he like hitting the breaking news sounder and breaking the news about what happened today in baseball?
Yes, I was
because
shocked.
this is like so big because it doesn't happen. And I think this is why we love baseball is when there's a no-hitter.
Mm-hmm.
What's the deal, Shu?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Really?
I think that anybody on this show can throw a no-hitter against the Nationals. I mean, come on. It doesn't it doesn't really count. I mean, it doesn't really count.
How many times have the Washington Nationals been no-hit in their history?
I don't have that off the top of my head, but yes,
maybe you shouldn't throw that out if this never happened before. Maybe this
you're
is
right.
the first
Dylan
time.
Cease, very impressive today. 114 pitch no-hitter. We don't see these all the time. Yes, that's fair. I'm just having some fun. I didn't think breaking news were in the first segment of the show. It happened like 20 minutes ago.
Well, that's why it would be appropriate for a breaking news
there
sounder,
you go.
wouldn't it? I mean, I don't know. I learned that in Radio 101, I would think.
I mean, if it's the Padres, apparently in Shu's mind, it's meaningless. If it was the Mets, then it would have been breaking.
You know what's crazy, though? San Diego's been around a long time.
Yeah.
It's only the second no-hitter ever in their franchise history.
That's amazing.
After
Joe
all
Musgrove had the first one against Texas in 2021. That's hard to believe.
That is so many years. That was my first official Major League Baseball game, going to San Diego, taking on the Reds, the Big Red Machine, to go there at that stadium, the old Jack Murphy.
That's it.
And watch my first regular season official game. Went over there to San Diego and watched Johnny Bench, and I think a guy named Merritt was the pitcher. Pete Rose. That was the Big Red Machine in 1971.
Davey Concepcion.
Oh, man, those guys. It was fun to watch. And there was all but maybe 3,000 fans. It was like on a Tuesday night there in San Diego.
Jackson, I'd be curious if you were going to bet Cease having no hitter today, and if you put $100 down or say $10 down, what those odds would have been. Because those odds got to be like 1 in a million that someone's going to throw a no hitter. I mean, can you even bet that? I mean, I would sure you could bet that, right?
I'm looking right now. I looked betting on a no-hitter, and on the first article I see from Forbes says if you bet on someone to have a no-hitter, it's plus 2,500 at least.
Okay.
So I bet you for today, being the pitcher, it was probably around plus 4,000, plus 5,000.
Wow.
And the impressive thing, he pitched the entire game. 9 innings, only threw 114 pitches.
Isn't that what a no-hitter is?
Well, no, but I mean,
No,
look at the
sometimes they
teams.
do it by committee.
No,
I hate that.
Then we wouldn't have breaking news. It wouldn't have been a second in
Here's the
franchise
that is
history.
correct.
Come on,
Yeah.
guys. You guys are better than that.
No. We've seen a minute the guys go
No.
7 innings and then finish off the no-hitter. I mean,
They take them out like,
Yeah.
like with Ski or
with
Skis
Skis.
the other day.
Yeah, and exactly right. There's been a couple where they've taken him out in the 7th inning with the no-no
Okay,
going
but
on.
we were talking about a no-hitter that happened today, and you're saying, well, he did.
I'm-
Interesting. He pitched 9 innings.
Well, with today's metrics and the way these things are going, that's why I'm like, wow, he went the whole 9. Report here. He went the entire game. Hallelujah. They're letting somebody
you don't
finally
need this.
finish up the
Here's
game.
the thing. You're wasting your word
No,
count
I'm not.
because you shouldn't even have to bring that up. If somebody announces and promotes and reports that there's a no-hitter by a particular player, it's 9 innings.
You know what? In today's society,
No,
in today's game, they
it
go there.
doesn't work that way.
The no-hitter is so, because we've seen it so often. I'm like, hallelujah. They allowed somebody to go ahead and finish off the game and get a no-hitter and go the entire 9 innings. because he only had the 3 walks, very efficient pitch count, only 114 pitches. Usually these managers yank them after 100 pitches.
I'll meet you halfway, and you could have said, "Hey, it was a hell of a no-hitter. He only threw this many pitches." That would have made sense. Yeah, but you saying, "Wow, he went 9 innings."
Yeah, that's kind of a natural phenomenon. Also, these guys try to protect their arms. If I got a no going in the 7th, even the 8th, they want to bring somebody in to finish something. Don't you come out to this mound? I'm going to finish this bad boy. So it's just a little good for Cease to go the entire game. Oh my gosh, what an epiphany! A major league pitcher had a no-hitter and went the entire 9 innings. Love to see it.
We're going to talk some college football here in about 20 minutes. Jim Donnan, he is in the College Football Hall of Fame. He's a former head coach at Georgia. He also coached Manuch at Kansas State. We'll get his thoughts on the face of the SEC, where it is, where it's going, basically the state of the league, because there's a lot of talk you'll hear from Greg Sankey right out of it, because there's lots of balls in the air right now when it comes to where the SEC is going. So we're going to talk to him. He is out there on the East Coast, so we'll get his thoughts.
He's outside Atlanta, just a little suburb of Georgia.
We're also going to have some fun with Kevin Ray. We're not going to talk about Kevin Durant and these backpacks, and we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, because we figured, what's moving the needle on television on every channel in the United States nationally is Dallas Cowboys.
Yes. Yep, it is.
Who have not won a championship in over 30 years. When you get to the point where you're a Cowboy fan, you got to, maybe I need to get a new team. But I am going to poke some fun. I'm not going to ruin it for you guys because you don't know what I'm going to do. But I am going to really see how Kevin Ray is on his toes. I'm going to throw something at him that's going to come way out of left field.
Okay.
That I think will be humorous. I hope it comes across that way. If not, I'll be off tomorrow.
You mean I got to work tomorrow?
You would take
good.
You take a load management day, Rock?
Yeah.
Would you do that?
We also will have Peaks Picks. We'll do that. Howard Balzer talking some Cardinal football. And if we have time, only if we have time, my dad's jokes.
We'll make time.
We'll make time.
Damn right.
So, we got to get into our document solution sounds of the night. We'll do that. We want to remind you that our headlines today are brought to you by the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. As you can bet the game, watch the game. They have 3 live betting windows, 6 self-service betting kiosks, plus 8 screens that display all of the betting lines. So check it out for yourself there at Casino, Arizona. So we're live out here at Twin Peaks in Deer Valley, so you can take advantage of 29-degree man-sized drafts. But next, it's our document solution sounds of the night as the D-backs hit 4 dingers in KC. You'll hear them all next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here on Fox Sports 910.
Need an electric charger installed or a TV mounted? Contact AC Electrical Family at acelectricalfamily.com or call 602-577-1392. That's acelectricalfamily.com to book your free quote now. AC Electrical Family. Power up with the best.
Spend an unforgettable night with Brett Michaels, September 21st only at Talking Stick Resort. It's the Rock in the Desert Party Gras. Enjoy special drink offers, thrilling contests with incredible prizes, and exciting casino giveaways throughout the night. It's time to rock out with Brett Michaels, Saturday, September 21st. Tickets are on sale now. Visit TalkingStickResort.com.
Attention drivers, your safety matters. All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing storage services contractor, proudly sponsors the Move Over Law. When you see flashing lights, remember to move over and slow down. Together, we can protect our roadside heroes. Drive safe, Arizona. Sponsored by All City Towing.
There's something that binds us all. The constant hunger to improve. The obsession with every detail. And the reward of a custom fitting, taking your game to a whole new level. We're all bound by 2 words, said by golfers worldwide. Schedule your fitting at Vans Golf Shops. Find your local store at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Tomorrow, the Paris Olympics begin with the most stunning opening ceremony yet. At sunset, a parade of boats carry Olympic athletes to a celebration at the Eiffel Tower. The opening ceremony, tomorrow, 7:30, 6:30 Central on NBC and Peacock.
Hello, Phoenix. We have some exciting news. Local high school sports has a new home right here on Fox Sports 910 AM. The Coach B and Eternal radio show can now be heard right here on Fox Sports 910 every Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m. Don't miss it.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, it's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After my Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Time for today's Play the Day, courtesy of Document Solutions, leading the value of business solutions for copier and IT service. Their service can't be copied. 623-252-8282. Now let's get to the Play of the Day.
You guys rallied past the Royals yesterday. They put up 5 runs in the top of the ninth. They win 8-6 as they went 4-2 on this road trip. Not a bad way to start the second half of the season. They're just a half game out of the final National League wild card spot, so they are relative. So we'll get to talk about them quite a bit, hopefully, over the next couple months. But Gino Suarez, Jock Peterson, and Christian Walker all went deep for the Snakes, all solo shots. You'll hear all 3 of those now, and then you'll hear the big one with Marte after.
This is a mile.
You want these back to back to back?
Hang on, left field corner.
Yes.
Suarez is headed out of here.
Okay, well, they're not set up, so you're going to have to give me a second.
And took
I can do it. It's fine. Just hold.
The Diamondbacks have a 1-0 lead. Boy, that was way up there in the light sky, and it hung on for the home run as 12. 2-0. Peterson launches one away. There it goes, and that's number 200 for Jock Peterson. The Diamondbacks have a 2-1 lead. Into the fountains at the K. 200 for Jock. 445 feet.
Wow. Well, he's going to have a waterlogged ball in his trophy case.
2-2 on Walker. And
All right, you're getting it back after this one.
it backs up Frazier, still backing up. It's gone. They go back to back in the 4th off Walker. It's 3-1 Diamondbacks. And for Christian, that's his first home run since July 4th, which was the finale at Dodger Stadium.
Did Steve Berthiaume say Waka? He did. Did he say Waka?
I think something like that, yeah.
He really
Michael Waka.
He got Waka. Ketel Marte, he put this game away as he tacked on a 3-run bomb later in the 9th inning to seal the win 8-6.
Corbin holds it first. Ketel hits it deep to center. Marte gives it a ride. It's still going. It's gone. Ketel Marte, and they've blown it open in the 9th. Marte homers for the 3rd consecutive game in this series, and it's a big Diamondback 9th inning.
Boy, he hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark out there in straightaway center field, 410 feet.
MLB Network with all the dingers there as the D-backs. When they're off today, they got Pittsburgh tomorrow. You know, Jimmy, you called a lot of baseball games in your day. What would you say, and I'm throwing you on the spot here, your most memorable home run call? Or maybe not necessarily the call, but the action. In other words,
when it happened.
It was a 200 like you just heard Peterson or something along those lines.
Doing the Texas Rangers games for those seasons, let me just preface by saying they were terrible. So they were generally out of it by the end of May.
Not a lot of magic moments.
No, not a lot of no. It didn't happen. However, I will say this: Buddy Bell was a terrific third baseman.
Yeah, he was when he was with the Indians.
Yeah, well, he was with the Rangers as well, but he was a terrific player. Along with he and Al Oliver, who played center field. And
wow.
Yeah.
Al Oliver.
Oh, yeah.
Was he in also a Montreal Expo?
Pirates.
Yes, he was.
Pirates.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think I have a bunch of his rookie cards.
Yeah.
So those guys were at the tail end of their careers. We're finished up.
He played for the
So
Dodgers.
they were in mid-career at that time in Texas. We're talking 77, 78, 79, 80, right in there. So
they were both of them were great athletes. So the only thing that I can really, just off the top of my head, Buddy Bell hit a shot, and this is the old Ranger Stadium. Not the one that was just torn down because they built the new one. No, the one before that, open air stadium, and it was a short right center field. And Bell, it was a right-handed hitter, hit it into the gap, and I remember it because it hit the top of the fence, and when it hit the top of the fence, it bounced up about 10 rows into the stands. So I don't remember.
Had a lot of velo on that ball.
It did, but I don't remember my exact call, but it was a lucky bounce, and a lucky fan has caught this ball with part of the fence attached to it. It was something like that call, and that's about all I can really remember. But they were a lousy team. Frank Lucchese was the manager.
Oh, wow.
They had Jim Sundberg, who was a terrific catcher.
Sundberg was good.
Hell of a player.
Terrific catcher at that time. Lou Piniella was playing for him at that time. I mean, they had some players, but they just stunk.
All about the pitch. Was David Clyde with them still?
No.
Came out of high school and right to the major leagues out of high school.
No, they had Jim Kern.
You ever notice, listen to sports radio? I mean, we all listen to different stations.
Yeah.
We jump around. When a topic comes up like this, everybody wants to throw out, all the hosts want to throw out who they know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he played for the Toronto Blue Jays. Oh, yeah, and in Manuch, no, he's also a Pittsburgh Pirate.
Yeah.
Just everybody wants to just show off.
It's knowledge.
No,
it's knowledge that we have.
It brings back great memories growing up, and then watch those
it's all
guys.
baseball cards for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
That's you guys know, I just finished moving, and I have 2 garages full of memorabilia. And I'm literally going through this memorabilia, and I can only do it like half hour at a time because the garage is too hot. It's 180 degrees.
Right, yeah.
But just seeing some of these cards and these guys that you followed as a younger kid, you know, I grew up in the 80s. You guys grew up in the 70s and 60s. So
thanks for being kind. I appreciate
but you know, you grew up knowing these guys. There was no internet. It was all about the baseball cards.
Yeah.
You know, as a kid, you studied the back of the card.
Yeah.
You knew the guy had 30 home runs and 100 RBI.
Yep.
You know, I
You
mean,
knew his average.
You knew everything about the kid.
And the only time you saw them was at the All-Star game, because it was every Saturday was baseball game of the week by NBC. That was just once a week.
Yeah.
So when you saw the All-Star game, you didn't want to miss it because, that kid's really having hell. This Fred Lynn guy, he's having a hell of a job.
He's one of my favorite players.
Yeah, you're going, why? Who is this? Because you didn't know. You had to read the paper. You had to read the box score. If you got the Gazette in the morning and the Republic at night, or I'm sorry, reverse that. So it was like, wow. And when you got their card, you're like, I got the card. Matter of fact, every once they'd have one where you could fold out. It was like an 8x11. They'd have like an extra size. I'd call your scrubs. I saved that forever.
Oh, sure.
I mean, it was
I have so much, and I just don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, Fred Lynn, only player to – hey, Shu, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Fred Lynn, only player to win Rookie of the Year and MVP in the American League.
I think you might be right, Jimmy.
Okay. I just
might
wanted to
be
make
correct.
sure.
I mean, one of those. Yeah.
See, to my point, everybody's got to show off
Yeah, well,
with the knowledge.
Don Clendenin was my neighbor for a while.
Damn right. Damn right.
Hey, we want to thank Document Solutions for our sounds from last night. They were good ones. If you are looking for a new printer, you can either lease, buy, even rent. They got many makes and models that work right off your smartphone. It's Document Solutions of the Valley. The phone number is 623-252-8282. Get yourself or your business an all-new, all-in-one printer. Document Solutions of the Valley, their service can't be copied.
You got this D-backs team won 7 out of the last 10. Remember last year it was the opposite. They came back after the All-Star break and they hit the skids. Now, nice to see. Maybe there's some lessons learned from last year. You know, you won 7 out of the last 10. You tell Marte, I would say is probably up for Player of the Month.
He's on fire.
He's hitting about 370 now. I know in the last 10 games. And then you see Gabby Moreno starting to catch so far.
It's either going to be him or Turner from Philly.
Yeah.
Both those guys are just hot.
Yeah, Trey Turner is just on fire.
And then Suarez, nice to see him starting to catch some traction as well, too.
I need some more from him.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's good that they've hung in there with him. I don't think he's not going anywhere. They're going to keep
he's a good third baseman.
A hell of a third baseman, hell of an arm. But nice to see those guys. I mean, you know, Moreno and Marte, just got to get some of the other guys to be more consistent. But I think they're going to allow, I guess, Carroll to be in that leadoff spot, even though it was but 1 for 4. Didn't strike out, put the ball in play at the 1 run. But they've got a little bit of cachet to keep him where he's at and just keep him working his hitting out from that standpoint.
Shu, did you need to chime in? I'm sorry.
I did because unfortunately
now you have to apologize.
Thank you, Jimmy B. You have to apologize because you are incorrect. One other player has won the MVP and Rookie of the Year award in the same season. Please, you got a couple minutes here.
Ooh, man. MVP and
was it in the American League
Was
or
it
the
Griffey?
National?
Was it Griffey?
So it was in the American League, yes.
Griffey
and
Jr.?
It was not Griffey, no.
Can you give us the era?
Post 2000.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
2 minutes.
Shoot. Man, that's a job. Trout was they'd gone to the World Series.
Trout's
before
a good call.
Come on, who's going to be the ultimate radio host today? Who knows it?
Oh, I don't know.
Who knows
That's
ball?
That's good trivia. Post 2000.
As long as you guys promise to not look it up, you guys can think about this all day if you want.
Okay.
You have
I'm not
all
gonna
the
look
time
it
in the
up.
world.
No, I won't look it up.
I'm thinking about the guys from 2000.
What position?
It was an outfielder.
Oh, man.
And it's not Trout.
Was he a Dodger?
Was this player ever a Dodger? No, this person was never a Dodger. let me hold on. Let me check. Not a Dodger.
Okay.
No. Spent most of his time in the American League, and then had a brief stint in the National League, but is known really for one team that he played for.
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness.
Bryce Harper? Oh, wait.
No, not Bryce Harper.
American. I'm sorry.
Yeah, American League. That's why I
I'll
thought
let that-
I was correct.
Let
with
that
Fred
marinate
Lynn.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good.
But where you threw me off is 2020. Post 2020.
Post-2020.
No, since the last 20. it's
2000.
like 40
So I said
Oh,
post 2000,
2000.
right?
Oh,
okay.
Oh,
I just want to make that clear. Post 2000.
Post 2000.
God, all right. Can't say Aaron Judge. He's only been a Yankee.
Yeah.
Derek Jeter.
How about Acuna Jr.?
Said
So
post
only in
2000.
the National League and only
Well,
on one team.
Astros.
Oh, you could be onto something.
I'm sorry. Ronald Acuna Jr. has only played for the Braves.
Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm thinking of who's the other guy from Houston?
You're thinking
Or
of
played at Houston.
Altuve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also only played for one team.
Yes, that is correct.
Some good hints right there. I just the brain that come on, Previs.
The Griffey guess has been the closest guess so far. However you want to interpret that is up to you guys.
That doesn't help
So-
at all.
Well, if he was playing in Seattle,
Well, Suzuki?
Ichiro Suzuki is the answer.
There we go.
2001, he
Well, that
won
was
the
a good
MVP,
hint. Yeah,
the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Solid trivia right there.
Too bad we got it wrong.
Ichiro could probably still. Was he 50-ish by now?
Probably still
He'd
play.
probably still play.
All right, let's warm the mics for Jim Donna and some storylines going in the SEC that we're going to talk to him about. I think is appropriate. Are Texas and Oklahoma ready for the SEC? I think that's a good one. Will Georgia be back on the top after they've been back-to-back national champions and missed the playoff last year? I'm curious how the new head coach, Kalen DeBoer, is going to do in Atlanta. And one other one, which I doubt I'll get to because I don't know one. I actually know one person that follows this school, Missouri. They had a good year last year.
They did.
Could they have an encore?
Drinkwitz is a very good coach. Very good coach.
And he's been around longer than you think he has.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm anxious there, and I don't know anything about Elko at Texas A&M.
Yeah,
because Jimbo Fisher, that's some big shoes to fill.
Yeah. Well, and new offensive coordinator.
But if you talk to Texas A&M fans, they didn't get any big bang for their buck because he never got them to a playoff game.
He was at Duke, right? It's like
Yeah, he was
Elko
the
was,
DC
yeah.
at A&M and then got the job at Duke. Was there for 2 years.
Right,
And came back
and
to
then he
A&M.
came back.
There's something to that. You look at down at U of A, Brennan going back.
Yeah,
yeah. It's comfort. They want to be back there. I heard you guys talking to Hal yesterday about Brennan being a guy that wants to be there.
Yeah,
that was odd. I think every coach is going to give you the coach speak right away that he wants to be there.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great job.
Oh,
I no disrespect to ASU, but I think you have more pressure at ASU than you would at Arizona as a head football coach.
And
because basketball rules down there, if you whatever you do, you go over 500, they're gonna statue.
They're gonna love
and
you.
Jed Fish set him up pretty good there.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah, and you asked, and you talked about how they keep so many guys because they did, which is impressive. They lost a couple guys, but not their core.
Fafita and T-Mac are the two guys.
Those are the guys on offense.
That's all you really need.
Yes,
yeah,
that's their offense.
So we are going to talk some SEC football. Looking forward to catching up with the former Georgia head coach, This guy's a great interview. We always love having him on. Jim Donnan will join us next right here from Twin Peaks, Deer Valley.
Clear. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Cardinals held their first open practice of training camp today. Fans got their first look at the 2024 draft class, including heralded wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. Preseason play begins August 10th against the Saints. Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and the rest of Team USA are in Paris getting ready for Sunday's Olympic opener versus Serbia. Reports say Suns owner Matt Ishbia is interested in returning professional hockey to Arizona one day. The Diamondbacks are off today after capturing 2 of 3 in their series of the Royals. They're back home for the next 6 starting tomorrow against the Pirates. Zach Gallen gets the ball. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
In the market for an electric charger for your place? Looking to upgrade your under cabinet or closet lighting? Look no further than Arizona Electrical Family. From service calls to new home installations, home remodels, and even TV mounting, we've got you covered. Visit azelectricalfamily.com or call 602-577-1392 to learn more about our comprehensive services and to schedule your free quote today. Power up with the best. Visit azelectricalfamily.com to book your free quote now. Electrical Family, quality service you can trust.
Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale on Bell Road is your home for billiards, poker, and trivia. And now, the Roc and Manuch Amber by Huss Brewing. Stop by today and experience top sports viewing, off-track betting, daily specials, and ice-cold Roc and Manuch Amber drafts. Arena Sports Grill.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Is it time for an all-in-one wireless printer with tons of connectivity options? With Document Solutions of the Valley, you can buy, lease, or rent models that work off of your smartphone. Call 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Our service can't be copied.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Sarah Spain with iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One. Tennis player Coco Gauff was selected to serve as the female flag bearer for Team USA during this Friday's Olympic opening ceremony. She'll join 4-time NBA champ LeBron James. Both Gauff and James were selected through a vote from their U.S. teammates. The Olympic tennis competition begins on Saturday, and Gauff, currently number 2 in the world, will compete in both singles and doubles. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
With the Venture X business card from Capital One, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com.
Hold on, I gotta call him again. The phones are being weird. Hold on.
Power, then what? So there's all these ideas. We'll bring in private.
Let you know when I have them, okay?
All right.
He's waiting for you.
I think the last thing we need is a dump of money in this deal without a change in the structure. Let's create a super league. Let's just make it football. Well, then what? There's a whole lot of questions. People would say, let's just unionize. You just look at the NFLPA report cards that came out a couple of weeks ago that somebody shared with me, and you've got teams with Fs. Yep. I thought we were supposed to solve all those problems that way. I'd argue our young people in this league at least have better experiences. Probably don't get A's, but we're C's and C pluses and B's and A's on a lot of these support things. And that's part of the reconciliation that's happening.
SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey earlier this week says there's no such thing as a simple solution to college athletics, and we all know that. And we're real excited today to have the former Georgia coach and Marshall and Manuch's OC at Kansas State. Jim Donnan joins us. Coach, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, how are you, man? What's going on? Are you ready for some football?
Ready to go. Been looking forward to it. Everybody's kicking it off pretty quick, so looking like a great year for college football.
Well, you are the guy at Georgia. You know everything about this program. They missed the college football playoff last season after back-to-back national championships, as we all know. You got the Heisman contender in Carson Beck. You know quarterbacks. What's your thoughts on what you've seen and heard about Carson Beck?
Well, everybody in here's got a burr in their saddle about not making the playoffs. You know, it was a tough year and lose one game and had really one bad quarter, but certainly got a great supporting cast to help Carson and a defense that I think is much improved with a good kicking game. But as far as Carson himself, he's a really good example of somebody of the old day quarterback that stuck around, stayed in the system, waited his turn, and then when he got it, he came out here and did a great job. So he's probably going to make a lot of money in the pros by sticking one more year. Of course, he's probably going to make a lot of too. I don't know, but that's just the way it is. Hey, Manucci would have had more money at Kansas State back then. Manucci'd be retired now.
Well, Coach, you look at the quarterbacks throughout the SEC, and we saw Jane Daniels. He's headed off to the Commanders, and you watch. You look at all the outstanding quarterbacks that have come through there. But when you say SEC, everybody thinks about the physicality. Everybody thinks about the speed and what have you. Why is that SEC as far as talent, size, physicality? Is that just the mantra for that conference per se, Coach? And you've coached Oklahoma, Kansas State, Marshall, all the above. Is there that mantra through all the teams? They want to keep that specific in that conference?
I just think, sometimes you get too much credit and sometimes you don't get enough. But as a whole, the league just has more D linemen. I mean, you just see all the guys that play in the trenches. And if you look at the difference in some of these playoff games over the last 10, 12 years, that's been a big part of it. But with the rule changes and the portal and all the way these teams are able to draft kids out of other schools and play and make up for guys that they're losing for the either graduation or the draft or going pro. I just think that the game is a lot more towards the speed and quickness, even though physicality is part of it, but it's just a wide open game now. All the RPOs, everything. Tremendous difference in pro football and college, and the fact that the offensive lineman can go another yard and a half down the field on a passing play that they can in the pros, and the college teams take advantage of it.
Coach, will DeBoer have much of a challenge or change going from Oregon to Alabama? Will he have to have any philosophical changes or understanding what works and what doesn't work as far as the SEC community per se?
I've been impressed with the way he's made this transition. Certainly, of all the people you got to replace, you couldn't pick a tougher one than replacing Nick Saban. But, there's a structure in place. He kept some really good people within the system, particularly coaches and some infrastructure guys that help them as far as analysts. And they've got a good team coming back, a really good quarterback. Defensively, they're going to have to replace almost their entire secondary, and that's going to be an issue. But, he did a great job at Washington, did a good job as the OC there at Indiana. And but at the same time, it is a monumental task being the coach at Alabama. There's no question about he's got some huge shoes to fill. And he's got a difficult schedule. I mean, he's got to meet Georgia right off the bat, and it's going to be a real test for him to see how they adjust. But I think it hurt him a little bit losing his OC to the Seattle team out there. I thought that guy did a tremendous job using formations and using his personnel there when he was coaching at Washington. But obviously they all know the system and they got somebody that can move up. But usually speaking, when you've got a different guy calling the plays that you're used to, it's always a little bit of an adjustment. But we'll see how it goes. But our league's going to be tough. I mean, there's a lot of tough games, and now you add Oklahoma and Texas to the league, and we got our hands full. We got to go play at Texas, at Alabama, and at Ole Miss. Not to mention, some of the games we got at home. But I think our roster is made up to maybe fit that challenge.
Coach, I've got a question for you with the realignment of the playoff system. Do you believe that the SEC, and you just talked about how difficult a lot of the schedules are now, they will be clamoring for an 8-4 SEC team to get into the 12-team playoff over a 9-3, 10-2 Big 10 or Big 12 team just because they're saying, well, we're the SEC? Do you see that taking place as games start to develop and we get closer to the playoff picture?
That's certainly a really good question, and it's saying it to the whole part of the 12-team playoff. I don't think we're going to get anybody in with 4 losses, though. There's just too many teams around the country that are good enough to get in, that are going to be, maybe 11-1, 10-2. But the one thing that's a saving grace, and we saw this in 1AA when I was at Marshall, you're just not locked into having one bad loss and you're out. Now you can maybe lose 2 games. I don't know if you can lose 3, and certainly 4 is going to be really maxing it out. But your question as a whole, take out the 8 and 4, there's going to be people that say, look who these guys play every week. Look what they got to do. And you add in the fact that Georgia's going to play Clemson in the opener. Texas is going up and playing Michigan. Alabama's playing Wisconsin. So we've got some tough non-conference games to go along with that. But I like the 12-team playoff for one reason, just because last year Georgia needed it, and it's not because I'm a homer. Georgia needed to be in that 4-team mantra there because they lost one game by 4 points or whatever it was, and all of a sudden they go from number 1 to number 6. I mean, that's a tremendous drop there. And I don't know how these the one I think I talked to Dan last time we were on there. I don't know how this thing's going to work out as far as these conference championship games too, because let's say you go into the conference championship 12-0, and then you lose that game. Are you going to lose a home game? Are you going to lose a bye? What's going to happen there? So a lot of scheduling problems that are going to come up. I don't necessarily say it's a problem, but scenarios that we're going to all have to adjust to.
Well, speaking of adjusting, when you talked about OU and Texas making that leap into the SEC, and you used to always tell us, look, there's no weak sisters out there. You got to go ahead and play it hard. What will have to be their biggest adjustments, Coach, week in and week out in the SEC?
Well, I feel like, without a doubt, it's just the fact of recovery. And by that, I mean, you're going to go against some sledgehammers every week, even when you play against some teams that aren't as good. There's just so many. In your initial question about physicality, you're going to see that in game after game. There's no, teams that are just going to be an easy win. You're going to have to go out there and do the job. But where it really bothers you is after the game. And when you factor in the travel involved now, particularly some of these Big Ten teams going cross country, and Stanford playing in the ACC and Cal, people like that, I always factored in the travel too. So I just think the recovery, whether you win or lose after a real physical game, is going to be part of it. And then just the overall depth that you have to go and develop on your team, and you have to go against week to week. Every team in our league is, pretty good with their first 22. And then the teams like Alabama and LSU, and some of them are their next 22 are too. But that's what you're going to have to do at OU and Texas. And, I got an OU background. My family still lives out there. Let me tell you something. Y'all have a great show out there, and people look forward to it every week. Those people get up in the morning, And they won't listen to OU football till 12 o'clock at night. I'm talking about in the middle of March. And I mean, it's unbelievable the amount of interest that they got but before going into our league. But now that's all they talk about. And it's really, it's good, but I think they're going to be able to make the move as far as both OU and Texas because they got good teams.
1 minute.
And the other thing's going to help them is their other sports are good. You know, I mean, Texas won the overall sports thing last year. I don't know who won it this year. Oklahoma softball, gymnastics. They're going to all be big for this league too.
Coach, always great to catch up. We will always thank you for your time. And, we'll be catching up with you since you are the guru of the SEC and Georgia football. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And I got an East Coast joke. If you'll give me 30 seconds, I got to give you. That'll probably take a couple weeks to get out to the West Coast.
All right.
So this woman was calling up to her son and said, look, you got to get up and go to church. And he kept staying in bed. She goes upstairs and knocks on the door. He said, what do you want? Said, I want you to go to church. And she said, again, go to church. And he said, well, you tell me why. She said, number one, I'm your mother, and I'm telling you. Number two, you're 52 years old and you're living at home. And number three, you're the preacher.
Thank you, Coach.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Love
All
you,
right,
Coach.
thank you.
Always great to talk to you.
Oh, man. Coach Jim Donnan leaving us with a nice little joke. Good job.
That was
It's not every day you got a Hall of Fame coach
Oh,
just
man.
throwing out a nice joke for you. But, hey, he's brought to you today by All City Towing. They are hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, healthy benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and how about a monthly fuel allowance? So ready to take your career to the next level? Visit them at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move. Coming up, Aaron Rodgers speaks about getting fined. And how about the Rose Bowl? Requesting to be left out of the college football playoff. Tell you what that's all about next. Football at 50, Fox Sports 910.
Clear. That's your standard amount of bucks. Not cut it. Time to line your pockets with bonus bucks. Fat stacks of cash. Be listening every weekday for your chance to win $1,000. Oh my God. Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. Results matter, so we want to help you win $1,000. Powered by Lerner and Rowe Accident Attorneys, where we treat you like family. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900.
Hey, it's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. You know us for delicious family dinners and huge party pizzas. But did you know we are great at feeding a large group too? Our full catering menu has a ton of variety, so everyone will find something they love. And the best part? We don't charge per head. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll handle the rest. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com. That's venezias.com. Venezias, a family and catering tradition.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard. And online at wrighttoyota.com.
Calling all poker players. Join us for the 18th annual Arizona State Poker Championship held at Talking Stick Resort. $1.5 million is up for grabs. Registration is now open for the August 15th through the 21st event. Mark your calendar and get in on the first of many satellites and earn your spot. Don't miss your chance to be part of the most thrilling poker tournament of the year. Visit us at TalkingStickResort.com for scheduled events. Must be 21 to visit. Please gamble responsibly.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. Monsoon season is upon us. Be proactive today. Go to state48roofing.com. Scan the QR code below. We want to take care of you. Be proactive. Get your maintenance done. We are home with the hashtag sexy roof status.
There's something that binds us all. The constant hunger to improve. The obsession with every detail. And the reward of a custom fitting, taking your game to a whole new level. We're all bound by two words said by golfers worldwide. Schedule your fitting at Vans Golf Shops. Find your local store at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Hey, Cam, mind sending me over our new Wi-Fi password?
Oh, sorry, Mitch, you can't be trusted. Watch your phone. It's different than mine.
Cam, And I thought I was a judgy one.
No, it's just messages between different devices aren't encrypted.
Okay. Since when do you know about encryption?
I know what encryption is, and it's because I'm the last line of defense against any would-be Wi-Fi thieves.
Cam, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll send it somewhere more private.
Thank you.
Safely send messages between
You want to do? I can do either.
on WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
If there's one sale I'm always
about
gonna
47
shop, it's
seconds.
Kohl's Friends and Family sale. I just saved an extra 25% because I spent $75. But even if you spend less, you can
Thrilled, can't wait.
20%. And Kohl's has everything you need for summer fun. I got a cute dress for myself, a casual polo for my husband, and a Ninja Creamy that we can't wait to use. Oh, and I earned Kohl's cash. Ah, Kohl's. Your Friends and Family sale never...
I mean, it's not even that. Honestly, it's the people who react to what he says that bother me more than. But not everything he says needs to be like some. All right, I'll play it here after the open.
Football at 50. The latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
Did you get fined?
Yeah.
Do you think Robert needed 50 pound, the 50 mandatory amount? That's, I think it's 50.
Oh, I mean, I think it might have been a little more than that. But like, I made it a point to be at every OTA. I was at the physical day as a part of the mini camp. Missed the two practices. Had talks with all my teammates about it. I think they understood it was obviously more of an issue outside the building than it was inside the building. Robert and I are great. We had great conversations throughout the off season. Had a fun one last night in his office till later on. So, it is what it is.
Well, he had to pay the price for missing
the
mandatory minicamp to go to Egypt. So what?
I can hear Manuch on the show if he throws a pick. If he would have been there for those 2 mini camp days, he probably wouldn't have thrown that pick.
Never know.
I can hear Manuch right now.
Never know.
Dude, he's 40 years old.
Yeah,
he
come
can
on.
do this game in his sleep.
You got it.
I think the one thing that
he's seen every defense. He's seen everything.
My whole thing is he's cleared it up, move on. He paid his $100,000. He's moved on. He's seen anything and everything.
Did you hear it was $100,000?
Well, he said 50 grand. He said 50.
Just assumed it
It might have
double?
been. Well, he said, and it might have been more.
Yeah.
Well, I heard him say that, but we don't know. You're just assuming. I mean, you have sources that say it's $100,000.
If he did pay $100,000, he said, "Well, that
He makes that per down.
He does.
Really?
I'm anxious to watch. I think that it's tempered enthusiasm. A lot of folks are. I mean, he's a hell of a quarterback, and I'm just excited to see how he does with this team. Open up against the 49ers in San Francisco. Getting his team set up, the chemistry, all the above, where this team goes, and can they make a push to the wild card or even win the AFC East?
I want to get a response from you on this, Manuch. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court are going to consider in Pittsburgh a tax levied on out-of-state athletes and performing artists. It's called the so-called jock tax.
3.
Yep.
And it's getting pretty close that it may happen. And what they're saying, if it does happen, it brings in about close to $4.5 million of revenue from the tax to the city. Is there a problem if the state of Pennsylvania is going to charge you 3% if you go play your sport or do your job in that state?
Well, they do already. National Football League, all the teams do that already.
They have a jock tax
Okay,
already.
Okay,
in the
that's
NFL.
saying, but this is across the board.
You know what? And if you're getting paid to go in there and you're making professional money, this is kind of a thing that just started about, 15 years ago.
It's BS.
Yeah, I think it's
why should
terrible.
you?
Matter of fact,
what's the difference if we're going to go do a radio show in Pittsburgh? They're going to tax us.
Yeah.
What is going on, government?
It's interesting because I had a chance to
tax everybody.
I had a chance to go meet with Sean Purdy about 2 months ago. Drop some stuff off. He said, by the way, who the hell keeps track of when Brock goes and plays Pittsburgh or whatever? He said, our accountant is a phenomenal accountant. He said, but it's trying because of all the games the 49ers play in out of state.
Right.
You got to pay taxes in that state. So you're playing 17 games and 9 of them are out of state. You got to file a return. Yeah, I think it's just another time where these states are just trying to, capture the athletes coming in and making money.
But why?
I have no idea.
Because these athletes bring out people that spend money in their city, economical impact per
Sure,
that town.
I agree.
It's crap.
I agree. And
so when are they going to start taxing college football players then as well?
Then this jock tax would apply.
Well,
Yes. If you're an NIL guy, you're getting paid.
Yes.
You're going to go play a game at the University of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I'm going to fine you.
Yeah.
It's just crap.
It is
and whatever they like, let's say that ASU goes into Pittsburgh and they that check for that game is, let's just say $100,000. They're going to get taxed 3%. Well, it comes back to, as they'll tax, ASU's got to file a return in Pennsylvania. Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, I think when they saw all this money that these teams are making, these players are making, all these states, not just Pennsylvania. There's a lot of states out there that do it. Just about every team does it. State does it.
The NFL does, but I'm saying if you take it across the board, it's these Democratic type cities or states. I mean, Pittsburgh, obviously, Pennsylvania is Democrat, and here they are. I mean, think about that. If your son is playing baseball and getting paid, and they have a game in Pittsburgh, and all of a sudden he's got a 3% tax on that money that he makes.
I think that that's
just crap.
I think what they saw with all professional sports doing that, they decided we're going to jump on that because we need some extra revenue.
How can anybody support this?
And well, take it to the voters. So from there,
sorry, you folks on the left sometimes just mind-boggling. What the
Clear. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Over the years, Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner Rowe is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Get into summer with iHeart 80s. iHeart 80s goes commercial free this weekend and every weekend. Open the app, search iHeart 80s, and start listening now. Free never sounded so good.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Rub your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Tomorrow, the Paris Olympics begin with the most stunning opening ceremony yet. At sunset, a parade of boats carry Olympic athletes to a celebration at the Eiffel Tower. The opening ceremony, tomorrow, 7:30, 6:30 Central on NBC and Peacock.
Hi, I'm Burt Ward, Robin from TV's Batman, inviting you to feed your dog natural, non-GMO, Gentle Giants dog and puppy food. Dogs eating Gentle Giants and following our special feeding and care program are living as long as 27 healthy, active years with a wonderful quality of life. Holy wow, 27 years! Think of all the extra years you could enjoy with your dog. At Petco, Stater Brothers, H-E-B, and more. Try Gentle Giants cat and kitten food, too.
Daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle.
Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Free and Gentle. This back-to-school season, Tide and Downy are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. US/DC 17+. End September 30th. Rules. Tide.com/scholarship/official rules.
Broadcasting from the Rappy Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on on the free iHeartRadio app, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
The D-backs get the day off after capturing 2 of 3 in their series with the Royals. They're home tomorrow for the next 6, starting against the Pirates. Zach Gallen will get the ball. The Cardinals held their first open practice of training camp today. Fans got their first look at the 2024 draft class, including heralded wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. Preseason play begins August 10th against the Saints. Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and the rest of Team USA are in Paris, getting ready for Sunday's Olympic opener against Serbia. And reports say Suns owner Matt Ishbia is interested in returning pro hockey to Arizona one day. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter nationwide keyword BILLS at foxsports910.com. That's BILLS at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Air quality alert issued for the Phoenix, Arizona area here on your Thursday. Mostly sunny conditions. 112 will be your afternoon high. We have a 20% chance of storm activity throughout the day. Overnight low will be 90 degrees. I'm Celeste Rodriguez with your Fox 10 weather experts.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need at the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they're guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Deer Valley, located in the Deer Valley Town Center. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
It's hard for me to say, but coming up in 30 minutes, we're talking Cowboy football.
It's good
Dallas
therapy
Cowboy.
for you, Rock.
How's that good therapy?
To talk Cowboy football.
That would be the worst therapy. That would be a reverse of good therapy because it gets you all worked up because it's a team that I absolutely just can't stand. I don't think there's a team that I dislike more.
Oh, New England.
No.
You hate the Cowboys more than the Patriots?
I didn't know. I have nothing. I have no problem with the Patriots.
Oh, okay. It was
Tom
Brady.
It was Tom Brady.
Oh,
That's a big difference.
Okay.
Sometimes you sit there and go, did the Cowboys do this on purpose? Just to keep their name
I think
in front of everybody?
I just think this whole America's team BS needs to just. Can we just change that? Can we take it off of Wikipedia?
It's always going to be there.
Well, why? What earns them that right?
Because they sold it when Tom Landry arrived and Tex Schramm and all of those guys, they sold themselves as America's team, and it has stuck.
Well, I think you got to win some championships.
I'm with you.
They had a nice run in the 90s, but aside from that.
Yeah, I know. America's team. They sold it, and everybody bought it.
Right now, America's team is the Kansas City Chiefs.
I agree, 100%.
And they make more sense. Good barbecue, Midwest, good values, good team.
No drama.
Well, they have a little bit of drama, but not that much. I mean, you got one of their star players, going to marry a mega star. We're going to talk about that in a little bit here because there's some big news about Taylor Swift and the National Football League. We'll have that for you in about 15 minutes. I want to get into this college football. I'm a big bowl guy, love the bowl system. The Rose Bowl has requested to be left out of the college football playoff semifinal rotation moving forward. They want to play their game January 1st, always. And the game is already scheduled to be January 1st for the quarterfinals, part of the 12-team college football playoff for the next 2 seasons. However, the new 6-year deal with ESPN, which will begin in 2026, future bowl rotations haven't been set yet. So they want to host a quarterfinal every year, but they want to keep that traditional date as January 1st, no matter what, because a lot of it has to do with, they want to have the game at 5 o'clock Eastern, which is 2 o'clock out there. So we want to keep that. But when is it that the bowl is bigger than the game? The Rose Bowl, to me, no disrespect if you're a big Rose Bowl, and I've been there multiple times. It's a horrible venue. First of all,
What?
it's a horrible venue.
What are you talking about?
It is not fan friendly.
Oh, I know that, but
it's a horrible venue.
Oh, you're just saying it's not a good fan venue.
What else would you? That's what venues are
It's
for.
it's the granddaddy of them all.
It's really
That's
not.
what
The
it
parade is. So you go to a game there. It's impossible to park. It's impossible to pregame. It's hard to get out of there. It's hard to get you.
It's hard to get in
And then
and
if you
out.
sit in your seat,
Yeah.
you got to be your size to be comfortable.
Well, that's probably
Because
why I
you
was
need-
comfortable.
You need, the seats are so close together.
They are.
But for them to say, "Hey, we don't want to be part of the rotation. We gotta have our January 1st date." Screw you. I mean, I love the matchup, Big Ten, Pac-12. But here's the thing: sadly, they could stay on their own and still be fine. They don't need to be in a rotation.
And I think that puts the playoff people all college football in between a rock and a hard place that they're demanding. There's going to be some kind of negotiation there. I see what you're saying, Rock. That they're still it's still the Rose Bowl. They're still the granddaddy of them all.
Granddaddy of them all.
Here again,
It's just like the America's team. No more of the granddaddy.
They sold it. They have sold granddaddy of them all for 100 years.
But again, you get the tail wagging the dog, and what's going to give? Who's going to give? So is that going to be the playoff system? Says, okay, well, we'll meet you halfway. How about every 3 years it's this or this? Whatever negotiation. I think
But for them, Manuch, to say we want to host a quarterfinal every year, no matter what. We don't want the semi. We don't want the national championship.
Right.
Then you're not the granddaddy anymore.
then you're not going to get the teams. What's going to screw up the teams you would typically have come to you or be part of the playoff system. They'll pull those teams.
But that's already been thrown out with the playoff.
Well, I get that, Rob, but I'm just saying they're not going to have that big game, so to speak. You always had the Big Ten and the whoever
Pac-12,
Pac-12
in the Rose
for a champ. That kind of might have decided the championship, might have decided.
I don't know. It's
rankings. It's very arrogant.
I'm being arrogant by saying it's an overrated facility, but
you are.
In my opinion, it is. And I've been to just about every stadium in the country.
I have too,
and I've been to 2 bowls. One's the national championship there.
Yeah.
And I saw Georgia. I've seen Florida, Oregon. I've seen Wisconsin. I mean, Ohio State. I mean, it's always a great game, but the venue itself sucks.
See,
it's in the middle of nowhere. It's hard to get to.
I know, but you're looking at it
As a
totally
fan.
wrong.
So why
You're
else would
looking
you look at it?
Totally wrong.
Yeah, I'm not a broadcaster.
Because it's a Rose Bowl. That's what it is.
Great. That's fine. I'm not discounting that.
It is the elite place to play.
Okay. You
The
can
elite
take the
place to
Rose Bowl
Yes.
and put it at SoFi. I'm just saying, when it
You're
comes to
looking for
as a fan perspective,
for
all right,
a
take your
fan.
media hat off.
All right.
And I'm a fan. I'm
Okay.
a bowl guy. I
I
know
know
the
you
behind
are.
the scenes.
Yeah.
I would rather. It's just. I got to tell you, at least I've been there 4 times. Every time it's been, and I don't know why I keep going because the game's so good, but it's just such a bad place to get. I mean, their pregame sucks. I mean, it's it's on the grass. It's just it's not good, and it's hard to get in, and there's certain entrances and the seats. And it's just an old stadium.
It's very old.
I think that the playoff star says, look, here's the deal. This is what it's going to do. I would just play. It's a game of chicken. See who blinks first. I'd throw that
with
back
you.
at him and say, hey, look, here's the deal. This is what we're going to do. You'll be part of it. Your rotation will be whatever. You'll still get a good game. So I don't know why you're having such heartburn to do that. So I think
you lost to Pac-12, so
Exactly.
no one's going to really stick up. No one's going to stick up to you or for you other than the Big Ten.
Exactly.
Right. So you got one conference commissioner that's going to probably go to bat for you.
And you might have a better game than you would have had if you weren't part of the playoff system. That's what I'm getting at. Everybody, if there's one game I love watching on New Year's Day, I always make a point to watch the Rose Bowl.
Because it's always on New Year's Day. That's
Yeah,
why they
New
want to
Year's
stay
Day,
there.
but it's always want to
change.
Well, you don't care who the matchup is.
A lot of
Wisconsin,
times-
Oregon. All right, you're going to watch it.
But it's just, I think the watching it, the pop, the circumstance, the pageantry, it's just, and then the beauty, if you will, of the game. But I think that the NCAA or the playoff format needs to say, all right, here's the deal. Push back. What are they going to do? Well, we're going to break away from the playoff system. Well, if you do
I
that,
just think it's just they got their nose up in the air. For them to say it's imperative that they keep the January 1 date for the game. And ideally, they also are asking, they want to make sure they keep that afternoon, that 2 o'clock kickoff.
That's what they want. Yes.
It's just, are they bigger than the game? I can't imagine Eric Moses, the commissioner of an executive director of the Fiesta Bowl, going to the Big Ten meetings and saying, hey, we want to be New Year's Eve every year.
Well,
we want to be January 1st every year. I mean, come on.
Well, we'll get his thought. We're
You're
gonna
lucky to stay in the rotation.
We'll have him at 2:00 tomorrow. We're gonna ask him about this subject per se, and that being there. So he'll get into that. But I got to imagine that kind of arrogance. Okay, so yeah, they've been that granddaddy of them all. But with this new playoff format, you're gonna either have to adhere.
Everything's changed.
Or I hate to tell you, Rose Bowl people, there's gonna be some adjustments. So if you got to play the night before, we'll keep your time frame, or you got to play January 2nd. Okay, we'll play that. We'll keep your time frame, but it's going to be a different day. You know what? There's got to be change for everybody with this whole thing.
Rock, are you out now as a traditionalist all the times that you have been involved in bowl games, and you've done it for a long time?
I'm still active. I'm an active Yellow Jacket.
Yeah. I mean, but are you out now on bowl traditions? Because that's what the Rose Bowl is. It is the granddaddy of them all, tradition.
I love the tradition.
Okay.
I just don't like them.
Dictate?
I don't want them to dictate. I would like the committee to say, hey, let's keep the Granddaddy Rose Bowl always on New Year's, and let's make that work. But I don't know how they're going to be able to do that if they want to stay in the rotation.
You just thought they were so arrogant by stating
for them
that.
saying it's imperative to keep the January day.
All right.
I understand it's the parade. They probably make more money on the parade than they do the actual game.
Maybe.
Well, I think that's just their shot across the bow to say, hey, committee, we'd really, really like to keep it there. I think the committee will look at that, but not to have them dictate that, and have them try to dictate.
I would have rather their committee chair, her name's Laura Farber, maybe poke the bear, behind the scenes, go to the commissioner of the Big Ten and say, hey, we're really hoping that we can keep this. Can you maybe throw that out there? I just think it makes them look like they're better than anybody else.
Well,
and granted, they are the
granddaddy of them all.
But are they? But they've always had that kind of arrogance. They resisted the BCS, and we want to make sure we keep it there.
That's what I'm saying. They're in their own little world.
Yeah. Yes.
And I guess I just don't like that.
Okay.
But
that's fair.
It is what it is when it comes to that. But anyway, what do we have coming up? We're going to talk Dallas Cowboy football in about 15 minutes. But I got some sports bar gossip. We're going to totally go off rails here. All right.
I mean, we haven't already.
USA Today asked their readers to vote on their favorite fast food joints. And there are several surprises. And how about Travis and Jason Kelsey? They have a new cereal. Is it awesome or is it disgusting? We'll let you know. And there are 5 Chiefs games, 5, count them, that Taylor Swift can't attend.
Whoa.
We're going to dive into that next.
Woo!
Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B.
Where fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein, so keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
Attention drivers, stay alert, Arizona. All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing storage services contractor, supports the move over law. If you see emergency lights, move over and slow down. Let's keep our roads safe for everyone. Sponsored by All City Towing.
Rock for RightToyota.com. At Right Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on RightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at RightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at RightToyota.com.
Hey, it's Jax, co-host of Take the Points, the only local sports gambling radio show in Arizona. Tune in every Saturday from 11 to 1, live right here from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Let's cash some tickets.
An all-in-one wireless copier and printer or IT help for your business? Call Document Solutions of the Valley, the official copier and IT solution for Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Document Solutions is leading the Valley in business solutions for copier and IT service. They'll support your business no matter how big or small. Take advantage of either buying, leasing, or renting many makes and models of copiers. For a free quote, call 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Our service can't be copied.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment.
Chase Inc. helped me go from one Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more with yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Deer Valley, located in the Deer Valley Town Center. Meant for mornings, The Drive with Jody Ayler. Listen tomorrow, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
You need a new TV? How about a nice big screen TV, your choice of the size, as we teamed up with Twin Peaks. That's where we're at today at Deer Valley. And we are giving you an opportunity to win a big screen TV of your choice, up to 85 inches. All you got to do is text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS, PEAKS, to 59925. Standard message data rates apply. You get to pick the size. Again, 85 inches is the max. So good luck and enter daily. All right. The state of the fast food industry has been really interesting. Well, when was the last time you had fast food?
Last night.
Where'd you go?
Filiberto's on the way home.
Probably last weekend, and I stopped at Chick-fil-A and got a salad.
Okay. I don't care what you got. Jax?
I had Chipotle yesterday. Does that count as fast food?
Yeah.
No.
It's like an elegant fast food.
No. Shu?
No.
Shu?
Last weekend.
Okay. Yesterday, Del Taco.
Okay.
So there's always these top 10 lists. USA Today. I'm a big USA Today guy, and we're going to have Howard Balzer on a little bit later. So they asked their readers to vote on their favorite fast food joint. And there's a surprising number one. Surprising. So I'm going to give you 10 all the way up.
Okay.
All right.
Arby's came in at 10. They're kind of making a move lately. They got burgers now.
Yeah.
They have the meats.
They got the meats.
We have the meats.
It's at Zaxby's, which is in it's like Charlotte. Zaxby's. Yeah. Never been there. Popeyes 8.
Yeah.
Taco Bell was 7. Captain D's. I guess there's 500 locations in 22
Fish
states.
and chips.
Is that what it is?
Fish and chips.
Hardee's, which is Carl's Jr. That came in 5th. In-N-Out. A lot of people love In-N-Out. That's 4th. Chick-fil-A, which has been number 1 in the past. They're number 3. KFC making a move at number 2. And my favorite, hands down, Del Taco.
Del Taco number 1.
Dude, they're
really
from a kid who worked at Taco Bell as a kid. All right, and Chi-Chi's. I know my tacos, and there's nothing better than Del Taco, especially on Tuesdays where they're 3 tacos for like $2.
Sure. Yeah, I know. I'd probably, if there was a choice, I'd go Del Taco over Taco Bell. I mean,
the thing about this is what happened is about 25 years ago, Taco Bell changed their cheese, and when they did that,
you noticed that.
I worked there,
as
a kid. I mean, they changed their cheese, and I think that's what did it for me. And if you get a taco, if you get a Del Taco and you get a Taco Bell taco,
right?
You put them next together, you could probably get one of your strainers, right? And put the meat in, and Taco Bell's gonna like just ooze. That's the thing. You got to strain that stuff. So
I'm surprised Jack in the Box went in there somewhere.
By the way, Del Taco also won best fries.
I've never had fries.
Over McDonald's fries?
Good. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's interesting. So Chipotle's not a fast food. So going there once a week, I'm getting kind of gourmet fast food or whatever.
You want the fries list here too?
Yeah, I'd like to hear that.
So I'm hungry now. There's a Chick-fil-A right next door. Popeyes is 10. Okay. Arby's 9. Don't like those. Whataburger 8. They're terrible.
Yeah.
A&W, not bad.
I like
7.
A&W. Yeah.
Chick-fil-A 6. Five Guys was 5th.
Very good.
Golden Chick
What is Golden Chick?
Guess there's a bunch of them out in the south.
South? Okay.
Never heard of Golden Chick. McDonald's was 3.
Okay.
Jack in the Box at 2. I don't know who did this list. And Del Taco number 1.
I would probably say I've never had the Del Taco fries ever. I'm going there for tacos or
So
burritos.
get the number 1.
Okay.
You get 2 Del Tacos with a tomato, with the fries and a drink.
To try that.
Get a nice tea and you're good to go. It's not that fattening. Hey, Travis and Jason Kelsey have teamed up with General Mills, and they have a new cereal. It's called the Kelsey Mix. So what they did, these guys, whether they touch turns to gold, right?
Oh, yes.
So they decided to get their favorite cereals and put them together and call it the Kelsey Mix. It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which is outstanding.
Yes.
Lucky Charms, outstanding.
Very good.
And the Reese's Puffs. Can't do that.
Nah, it's too much.
So all 3 of those are right there.
See, I'm not down with any of those cereals at all.
Well,
you're probably Kicks, right?
No, I hate Kicks.
Raisin Bran.
No, never, because I don't like raisins.
Cornflakes.
Cornflakes.
Yeah, that's an old person. Yeah, yeah.
Frosted Flakes.
You put sugar on your cornflakes.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes. Frosted Flakes.
When was the last time you had cereal?
Yesterday morning.
Wow. Manuch, you have cereal too?
I haven't had it like in 3 years though.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Like, I eat it. Well, I'm never out. I eat it without milk.
But
when I eat it,
I do totally.
But I would do the combos
good
too.
munchie.
I do the Cheerios and Cocoa Puffs combo, or Cheerios and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Hey, we got bad news for the National Football League.
Uh-oh.
Taylor Swift won't be at every Kansas City Chiefs game this season.
What?
Yeah, there are 5 she can't attend because of her tour. She's going to miss the August 10th when the Chiefs are in Jacksonville because she's in Australia. August 17th, the Lions are at Arrowhead. She's going to miss that because she's in London that day. I mean, this is big news.
It is big news.
What's the NFL going to do?
And then regular season, this is a big one for the Chiefs. It's a rematch against the 49ers in San Francisco. She's going to be rocking it in Miami. And then on October 27th, they'll be in Vegas, and she's in New Orleans. And then the 8th, Sunday Night Football at Arrowhead, playing the Chargers. She's going to be in Vancouver. How about that?
Boy, heads up, Chiefs fans. Your number 1 supporter is not going to be there.
Hey, on this day, 44 years ago, this is my top movie of all time.
Oh, okay.
Came out. And I'll get your top 3. I'll give you mine, too. Caddyshack.
Okay.
Came out today. And it doesn't matter. The Baby Ruth in the pool is
still funny.
It's so funny. Because I probably go, my number 1 is Caddyshack. My number 2 is Stripes, and then it's a toss-up in number 3 at Blazing Saddles, the uncut version.
Yes.
And
those are great comedies, right?
Animal
there.
House.
Yeah, those are outstanding comedy. If I think my top 3, I would have to say Godfather number 1, Rocky 1, and Rudy.
I would go for Animal House because it hit home to me.
Yeah, it was in Oregon
because I lived it.
That house was identical to my fraternity house in Ohio.
Are you serious?
Identical.
Really? Wow.
Identical.
They
Front,
shot
everything.
They shot that at the University of Oregon. Is where they shot that. And you know when they do the parade at the end down the street, that's in a little town just south of Eugene, Oregon, and that's how they could set up that parade.
I'm going to Eugene in September.
You're going to love Eugene.
Yep.
You're going to love it. It's a real fun town. I hope it doesn't rain because it rains constantly.
Yeah, I'm going
there.
to a celebrity wine and spirits event.
I hope
better not rain.
There you go. When is September?
Mid-September.
Iffy. I'm just warning you.
I don't have an umbrella. Can I borrow yours?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, I still have a couple of them that I
So
carry.
what's your number 2 and 3?
My number 2 then would be, and you're going to love this because I'll just give you the line from the movie and you'll know what it is. They go up to the front door and they knock on the door and he says, "What knockers?"
Young Frankenstein.
and
I
she
thought you
says,
were going to say cable guy.
No. And she says, "Thank you, doctor." And my third one is most likely Jaws.
Really?
Yeah, I love Jaws.
That was so fake.
Yeah, they're very
doesn't
matter.
Come on.
I'm surprised you
love Sue and Jackson. I mean, you guys are younger than us. You guys probably like the action Marvel movies, or
Marvels are good. When Superman came out.
So what? Sue?
12 Angry Men's my number 1.
Wow.
Inception would be my number 2.
A good one.
And number 3, Oppenheimer was really good. I love
I haven't
Christopher
seen that
Nolan.
yet.
I got to watch that.
I heard it's like 4 hours. That's why
it's
I can't.
long.
That's why I'm not
It's a long one.
It's
Yeah.
long.
I probably have to get a Quentin Tarantino one in there. So I don't know what my
Kill
third
Bill,
one would be. I have a lot
1,
of
2, or 3?
I think
Nah,
that's one's with Pulp Fiction.
That was good.
That's
Yeah.
all.
That's
There's
a
so
good
many great
one.
lines in that
Once
one.
Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I
is
really
off the
like
charts.
that one.
I did
I
too.
really like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, 12 Angry Men is my number 1. That one is locked
Okay.
in for sure.
Hey, we got Sean Salisbury on tomorrow.
No, he's not starting until next week.
All right.
3.
Because
We're
he
gonna
does, we do. I don't know if you don't know this because you're not on Fridays, but when he comes on in the last few years, he's a big movie buff.
Okay.
Now, he goes to the movies by himself. So we had these 3. We would say these 2 movies, 3 movies, and he would give us a rating. And like a Salisbury steak was the worst, a prime rib, and a ribeye.
I got you,
So
yeah.
ribeye being the best. So anyway, Jax.
I don't really have a list. I'm not gonna lie. I watch a lot of movies, but
Dude,
I can't come with a list on
What
the
do they
top of my
teach
head
you in
right
Montana
now.
and broadcasting school? You make stuff up. You
know how-
embellish on
yeah,
the radio.
you
If
know how
I came
to
up
milk-
with a list right now, it would get turned down.
Do you know how to
immediately.
milk a
That's your
cow?
list. It can't be wrong.
Okay, on the top of my head, number 1, Step Brothers.
All
Great
right.
movie.
Good
Big
movie.
comedy guy.
Yeah.
I put that at 1.
That's fine.
Number 2.
How are you a big comedy guy? 'Cause you're not even funny. How would you say you're a big comedy guy?
I say my jokes outside of work.
Funny like how?
Funny,
Like,
yeah, like how?
funny like how?
Come on.
2. Gosh, I can't even think of any. I'll just leave Step Bros. Maybe tomorrow I'll come up with a list.
So,
We're not going to talk about it tomorrow.
have you seen Ninja 3: The Domination? That's one that.
Oh, you showed me that a bunch of times.
Have you seen
You're
the
only
Steeler
seeing-
and the Pittsburgh Kid?
Yes, I
couple
have.
guys here,
Or
movie
the fish
stars.
that saved Wanda. Was that Pittsburgh
that
too?
was Pittsburgh too.
Hey, coming up next, a lot of drama going on with the Dallas Cowboys. CeCe Lamb holding out. Who's going to get paid? Is it going to be Parsons or Prescott? But I'm going to kind of have some fun with our next guest, Kevin Ray. You guys all know Kevin Ray, the TV play-by-play man for the Phoenix Suns. But you may not know, for many, many years, him and Danny White have been calling the radio broadcast for the Dallas Cowboys on Compass Radio, Compass Network. We're going to talk to him. I'm going to throw him off. What he thinks we're talking about is the Dallas Cowboys, but it's not. It's going to be something kind of close, but I want to see how he responds. More Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B continues from Twin Peaks, Deer Valley.
This is Clear Trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Suns are set to bring on James Posey as an assistant to Coach Mike Budenholzer. In the G League, the Valley Suns have their first ever head coach in John Little. The D-backs get the day off after taking 2 of 3 from the Royals. They're back home for the next 6 games. Tomorrow against the Pirates, Zach Gallen will be on the mound. And the Cardinals held their first open practice of training camp today. Fans got their first look at the 2024 draft class, which included heralded receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. Preseason play begins on August 10th when they take on the Saints. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Need an electric charger installed or a TV mounted? Contact AC Electrical Family at acelectricalfamily.com or call 602-577. Electrical Family. Power up with the best.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner & Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion just in the last 5 years alone. When you want results, call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Do you ever have a case of the Mondays? You won't if you tune in to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from 1 till 4 as they broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar. That's every Monday from Casino, Arizona.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G Protein Bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G Protein Bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
A small commitment at least 1 day a week helps reduce ground level ozone pollution and helps us all breathe easier. Reduce traffic congestion and ozone-causing emissions by teleworking. Visit maricopa.gov/AQ to learn how you can help.
Hi, I'm Burt Ward, Robin from TV's Batman, inviting you to feed your dog natural, non-GMO, Gentle Giants dog and puppy food. Dogs eating Gentle Giants and following our special feeding and care program are living as long as 27 healthy, active years with a wonderful quality of life. Holy wow! 27 years! Think of all the extra years you could enjoy with your dog. At Petco, Stater Brothers, H-E-B, and more. Try Gentle Giants cat and kitten food, too.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with Code Sports, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
He's good. You're hot.
Jimmy B, Twin Peaks, Deer Valley. You know, so much talk about the Dallas Cowboys, right? But there's a bigger story going on with the Dallas Cowboys, or at least the organization. And here to break down this year's Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders rookie class.
Oh,
rookie class, because they had their auditions in training camp this week, guys. And the 2024 squad is set. 36 cheerleaders, 12 of them are rookies. So, I mean, they're not going to go to the Super Bowl, but maybe one girl will represent the Cowboys at the Pro Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Or at the Super Bowl. So at least they'll get some representation there.
Right.
So Kevin Ray joins us, the radio voice of the Cowboys. Who's your preseason favorite right now to represent the Cowboys cheerleaders for the 2024 season there, Kevin?
I'm sorry, I'm thrown off by a voice that's kind of familiar.
You know, it's getting old. It's getting old. Come on.
I don't blame you, Ray. I don't blame you.
It never gets old, baby. It never gets old.
All right, then tell me. I mean, I'm looking at the squad, 36 cheerleaders. I know that makes your broadcast. That'll be something you'll talk in the preseason game. But 12 rookies, it's going to be tough to pick one of those to be, a representative of the Cowboys at the end of the year.
How do you keep track?
Yeah, I mean, still putting together the depth chart. A lot of vetting process that's got to take place.
Hey, I mean, what year will this be for you, calling games for them?
This will be year number 12, my friend.
Wow.
And
you still don't have a ring. So
time does indeed fly.
Oh, you had to throw the no ring in there.
You didn't hear that.
Yeah.
You let that one go by.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Yeah.
So,
still no ring.
We just had a debate. When can we just take off the label America's team? I mean, don't you need to win championships and be relevant every single year to get that moniker?
Well, I mean, look, let's be honest. That was a moniker, a label, a slogan, if you will, that was put on decades ago. And you guys know as well as I do that it became such a marketable, slogan and logo to build around. And what does Jerry Jones do better than, certainly in the last 25, 30 years, win championships? That is market. Nobody can market his game, his team better than Jerry Jones. And, it creates conversations just like this, and it has and will continue to create conversations just like this because they got the label and they're not giving it up.
And I got to tell you, Kevin, you either love them or hate them. And I sometimes wonder if that's by design. We were talking earlier about the latest CeeDee Lamb being the holdout. The last 3 weeks prior to Dak Prescott, will he get paid? Oh, by the way, there's this guy named Micah Parsons that's all there. It all seems so orchestrated sometimes. And to your point, the marketing genius of Jerry Jones, not that we're conspiracy theorists around here.
Well, yeah. As it relates to those three guys, though, trust me, none of that was staged. He would love nothing more than to have those guys under contract. But timing is everything, and unfortunately, the timing of all three of these deals kind of coming to a head at once, and it is it's the price of, and I know people will snicker when I say success, but it's the price of success for the Cowboys. They have been good. They've won division titles. They've gone to the playoffs. And with the Cowboys, just the star alone, guys, whether you like them or not, suggests success.
Yeah.
But because of that, when you've got individuals like those three you mentioned playing at such high levels, it's time to pay up. And the way that the salary cap is structured, it's not easily done when they all three, are looking to hit the jackpot on the same weekend.
Well, on top of that, the rumors or that's out there, the cloud hanging over Mike McCarthy. On top of that, that win or not, that kind of hangs over this team. But when you look at this team overall, and I think what frustrates Cowboy fans, Kevin, I'm sure you hear us all the time, is to have all that talent and they're going nowhere fast. Is this a team this year that hopefully can break through and get deeper and maybe make that NFC run, so to speak?
Well, look, I know, and it's not the first time that Jerry Jones has been his own worst enemy with words spoken, but, just by virtue of him saying, 4 or 5 months ago, we're all in. Well, that became obviously a soundtrack that has been played over and over and over again, because there have been no moves by the organization that would suggest all in. And I would say that, privately, if he had a chance to get a redo, that particular quote would love to be retracted, because the reality is the money situation that they were in was not going to allow them to be all in. Now, they can still be all in by somehow magically getting all three of these deals done before the season starts, or at the very least early into the season. But this is still a very good football team. There's still a lot of talent on this team. I mean, you talk about CeeDee Lamb. You look at what he did last year. I mean, set a franchise record with receptions, 135. That was 6th in the league. Almost 1,800 yards receiving, 14 touchdowns. This guy has been a playmaking machine, and Dak had one of his best seasons. Led league in completions at 410. 6 touchdown passes. But as you guys know, it's not just a matter of winning, it's winning at the key time. And that's the one thing that this team hasn't done. And that falls on the shoulders of Dak Prescott. It falls on the shoulders of Micah Parsons, but it certainly falls squarely on the shoulders of Mike McCarthy, who came in with the credentials, had the Super Bowl championship. And this is a make or break year for Mike McCarthy and this team because of the money that you're talking about potentially being paid to all three of these guys.
Kevin Ray is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. All right, so let me just go back to what you were just discussing, and that is they could be really, really good if they get all these guys signed. But yet, Kevin, when you go back to the playoff game against Green Bay, what happened there? Well, Green Bay lit up that defense. So my question is, where are they defensively?
Well, you got to remember they've got a new defensive coordinator with Dan Quinn having departed for Washington, and Mike Zimmer, an old familiar face, part of the old guard in the NFL. You're going to see I don't want to see a dramatic change defensively, but you're going to see schematically a change defensively. The one thing that Dan Quinn did, and yes, they generated a lot of turnovers, but the one thing that this team proved, even in generating the turnovers and having the big plays, is they were susceptible to, physicality up the middle. And that is because they were typically playing strong safeties, in that hybrid linebacker position. So with Mike Zimmer, you're going to see them play a more kind of, physical, stylistic defense with bigger, stronger linebackers, and they're going to try to find, some better anchoring right up the middle. So you start with that. I think you're going to see a little more physical defense. It's not like you're losing a ton of guys on that defensive side of the football. You still got Micah Parsons. You still got Trayvon Diggs back there. This is still a very good defense. You've got Marcus Lawrence off of the edge. So I still think that this defense will be very good. I look for them to be even more physical than what they were under Dan Quinn. And even in getting lit up in some of those rundown situations, they were still a pretty physical team.
So, Kevin, with all this going on around this team, what is the mantra that you've heard with the Cowboys camp? Just 2-3 days into their camp, with all this, I call it noise above them or going around them. Where's their main focus going to be for Mike McCarthy and this team this year, or I should say, this training camp?
Yeah, I think the one thing, we see and hear the noise, and not to suggest that they don't, but this is, for the most part, a pretty veteran-laden team. They know the minute that they slip on that helmet, they slip on that jersey, the additional noise that comes as a result. Dak has proven time and time again his ability to tune out all of that external noise. Same thing even over the last couple of years with Micah Parsons. So this is a team that goes in. They know full well what all the headlines are, what all the talk shows are talking about with this team. For them, it is really about, tightening things up and becoming the team that they know they can be when it matters most. And, look, that comes down to execution for both players and coaches. And only time will tell, because another 12 or 13 win regular season, I guarantee you, will not make people, sit back and be quiet. It is going to take 2 or 3 playoff wins for people to really, truly sit up on the edge of their seat and believe that this team has a viable shot at winning a championship.
So, Kevin, as you start prepping for the upcoming season, so you know what's going on the sideline, just Abby Summers, she's a graduate of Ohio State. She's pretty good. And then Sophia Brown, she was with the Nuggets. She was a cheerleader at the Nuggets. So those are 2 of the rookies to look for this season.
Got prep going on there, K-Ray.
Okay, I will. It's good to know. I always like adding, additional notes to my scouting report. Hold on, let me type that in here on page 5. Abby and okay, got it.
Sophia,
got
yep, good. I'm always here. You've been a mentor of mine since we started this business 20, 30 years ago. So I'm just returning the favor.
We're here for you, K-Ray. We're here for you, man.
I appreciate the love in all form and fashion, boys.
K-Ray, we love you, man. Thanks for the time. We appreciate you. Thank you.
You got it, boys. Be good. Take care.
Kevin Ray, of course, we all know him, the Phoenix Suns, but also during the football season, the radio the radio play-by-play man for the Dallas Cowboys on the Compass Network.
They go into town, it's going to be invaded by Cowboy fans, whatever town they go into.
Yeah.
Netflix did the quarterback last year. I don't watch the receiver. They should just do it the Cowboys. I mean, it just the Cowboys between Jerry Jones and his son and Mike McCarthy and all the minutia that surrounds this team. I mean, you could get, what was it, 8-piece series, I think it was, that they do. And people would tune in, whether you hate him or not. You want to see did you guys behind his madness of being Jerry Jones?
Well, did you guys watch the Netflix America's Sweethearts, Dallas Cowboys? America's Sweethearts, America's Team.
Yeah,
Rock, your wife won't let you watch that 7-part documentary?
I didn't know it was on.
Oh, right.
Is it on?
I can tell you this. The Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders in the 80s and 90s had television shows, had TV shows. They were on the Love Boat.
I remember that.
Yeah. They were on all kinds of different shows. When you ask about how did it happen, how they became America's team, that was all part of how they became America's team.
You mentioned, Jerry Jones and the marketing machine he is.
Yeah.
Truly, it is.
Oh, yes.
It is.
They're relevant. They are the top story, if not Aaron Rodgers, on all the talk shows to get, about football.
Sure.
I mean, even to the point where, it's aggravating, right? You're just like, stop with the cowboy talk, right? I mean, we're done with it.
Aren't they worth like $8.2 billion now? They're the most, storied franchise because of the value. And I remember when you were talking about the cheerleaders, when they first came out, with early 70s, mid 70s with the cheerleaders, everybody followed. So all the other teams, except for Green Bay, I think Chicago, even they followed.
They did.
Everybody started to do that whole cheerleader thing. Now, you go way back, You look at the old AFC with the Bills and Chiefs; they had the cheerleaders, but
They
not
did.
like they did the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
So we were discussing earlier this hour about the Rose Bowl, and the Rose Bowl saying it's imperative that they keep the January 1 date. They would like to be the hosts of a quarterfinal every year, even though they're supposed to get a semifinal and they could actually get a championship as well. That conversation was a pretty good conversation. Wouldn't you say? We had some fun with it?
Yeah.
So Jax posted on our Twitter account at Roc and Manuch, huge picture of the Rose Bowl, and it says, "Is the Rose Bowl overrated?" Is that what you guys took away from? Is that what you took away from that conversation?
No, that's what I thought. I mean,
I never said they're overrated. I just said they just got their nose up in the air.
You see, people are going to click on that. When they click on it, we get a view.
Well, my contention was they thought they were all that and then some. It's like the tail wagging the dog. They're trying to dictate to the committee. I mean, overrated. They're probably they are the bowl out there. I don't think it's ever overrated because it's the
Why
Rose
are they the bowl? Why?
I think when you say bowl games, first thing I think of is
Rose
growing
Bowl.
up here, Rose
Yeah.
Bowl and Fiesta Bowl because I grew up here. But
I don't know why Fiesta Bowl would be first for somebody that grew up here. And you loved Frank Kush. You knew Frank Kush personally.
Danny White,
and,
JD.
and he was instrumental in creating the bowl
Because
system.
before all that was the bowl game we looked to watch before the Fiesta Bowl was the Rose Bowl every January 1st.
It's always on before.
It's always,
it was
on before. And this,
because things have changed
yeah,
now.
71 was the first Fiesta Bowl when that started. I mean, from there, and those guys are usually at night. The first few were at night games. Might have been on a week before. And you got to remember, the Fiesta Bowl didn't transition to a New Year's Day game for many years. Finally got to the New Year's Day game, which was great. But, I mean, it was Rose Bowl, Cotton Bowl.
So
it was
you
a morning
had
game.
Basically, you had the Rose Bowl, the Orange Bowl in Miami at night,
and the Cotton Bowl in the morning.
And then the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans at night.
Yeah, all
That
because
was
of the
it.
time zones.
That's
Yes,
correct.
It's everything to do with it.
Yep.
Yeah. I used to love that. I mean, I know everybody loves the playoff, but
appointment
the
bowl
the
games.
bowl system, the way it was, I thought was cool. The AP, I was fine with it.
Yeah, it was, and in that Orange Bowl topped it all off.
Hey, Kevin Ray is brought to you today by El Bandino Yankee Tequila. This is the official tequila of Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Experience it for yourself. Ask for it at your favorite watering hole and break out the Bandino. Well, we need a contestant to challenge one of our beautiful Twin Peaks girls from our Deer Valley locations, where we are today. The phone number is 602-260-9191, 602-260-9191. Now that the Olympics are the theme, these are the three games you have to pick. Australia versus Spain in men's basketball, women's water polo, Netherlands versus Hungary, and my favorite, Slovenia and Denmark in women's handball.
Can't wait for that.
Women's handball.
Yeah.
Think about that. This was a rock station and a morning zoo. We could have some fun with that in the morning. It's our Twin Peaks picks. That is coming up. And then, if we have time, today's really bad dad jokes.
Oh, we'll make time.
It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B.
Clear. Does your standard amount of bucks not cut it? Time to line your pockets with bonus bucks. Fat stacks of cash. Be listening every weekday for your chance to win $1,000. Oh my God. Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. Results matter, so we want to help you win $1,000. Powered by Lerner and Rowe Accident Attorneys, where we treat you like family. Interact, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. With bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings, bone and breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Hey, it's Rock for Wright Toyota. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, check out Wright Toyota and WrightToyota.com. We broadcast there every Friday from 1 to 4, so stop by, say hello. Right on the price, right on the selection, WrightToyota.com.
In the market for an electric charger for your place? Looking to upgrade your under cabinet or closet lighting? Look no further than Arizona Electrical Family. From service calls to new home installations, home remodels, and even TV mounting, we've got you covered. Visit azelectricalfamily.com or call 602-577-1392 to learn more about our comprehensive services and to schedule your free quote today. Power up with the best. Visit azelectricalfamily.com to book your free quote now. AC Electrical Family. Quality service you can trust.
Hey, it's Jax, co-host of Take the Points, the only local sports gambling radio show in Arizona. Tune in every Saturday from 11 to 1, live right here from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Let's cash some tickets.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% blue rubber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Rub your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
Hey, everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Honey. Hey, I'm here for you. Tell me about school today.
When kids can't find the right words, music can help them sound it out. Talk to the kids in your life about their emotional well-being. Find tools and resources at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Deer Valley, located in the Deer Valley Town Center. Time for Peaks Picks, your weekly chance to win a Twin Peaks man card by outscoring one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree man-sized drafts. Twin Peaks, the best views in the game. Open in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Tempe, Glendale, and Deer Valley.
We got Miranda, who's going to play against Drew in Ahwatukee. Yes, it's Phoenix, right?
Ahwatukee,
Ahwatukee, yeah.
It's Phoenix,
suburb of Phoenix.
Yeah. So why don't they just the address when it says Phoenix?
It does say Phoenix.
Screwed up. Then why? It's just dumb.
Who knows?
It's a marketing thing, Ron.
Yeah.
How would you need to mark it out?
Who
You can't
knows?
spell it.
I don't know.
I mean, I guarantee we could bring people in the area. They wouldn't be able to spell it.
So when you're traveling and somebody asks, where do you live? You don't say Scottsdale. You say Phoenix.
Scottsdale's different than Ahwatukee.
You say Phoenix.
No, I say Scottsdale.
No. Well, you got your nose in the air. You're like a big snooty snoot.
Okay, yeah, okay, so I am.
I lived in Ahwatukee.
All right, sorry to hear that.
It was great. I lived right at the base of South Mountain.
Yeah,
It was
you were
awesome.
stuck until they put that road in. I mean, you couldn't get her.
I was
Dumb.
fine.
You had to go around. The thing about being more people know that are not familiar with Arizona, Scottsdale is what they know of. But that's where I live. My address is Scottsdale. Why would I say Phoenix?
Yeah. Well,
That's
if
proper.
I lived in
He lives in
Ahwatukee. You lived in Ahwatukee.
Yeah, but
Your address was Phoenix.
Yeah,
though.
But he would say Phoenix. He
I'd
still
say
says
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
I
You say what? Sun City?
No, man. I just say I
Sun
live in
Lakes?
Phoenix. No.
Why would you say that?
You're
Because
not
people would
Phoenix.
think you're old?
You're
Yeah.
Sun Lakes.
So,
Look, I'm freaking 92. Don't be talking
right.
about where I live.
all right, here's what we got. I got women's handball,
Yeah.
Slovenia and Denmark, midnight. Okay, it's on midnight tomorrow. USA Network, all right? USA Network. What is Miranda going with?
She's going with Denmark.
And how about Drew?
So wait, it's midnight tomorrow or midnight tonight? This is very
Midnight-
important for
I
me.
think
I have
it's
to
tomorrow.
make sure
Everything's it's in next 2 days.
Drew is also taking Denmark.
All right, water polo, Netherlands and Hungary, 5 a.m. on E News.
Let me set my alarm clock there.
E News.
E-News.
That's where this one is.
Yeah, Miranda said that her mom's from Hungary.
Wow.
So she's going with Hungary.
She's a blonde, yeah. All right, and how about Drew?
Drew's taking the Netherlands.
And men's basketball, Australia versus Spain, 2:30 a.m. on CNBC. I ain't gonna watch that.
Oh, she's going with Australia, Miranda.
All right.
Drew's taking Spain.
All right. There you have it. Good luck. We appreciate you, Drew, calling in for that. Miranda, we thank you for helping us out. I don't know why she wouldn't come. Why was she so nervous? Didn't want to come on the radio.
I guess she's got stage fright, I guess. I don't know. Or she was nervous around me. Who knows?
Yeah,
really? Probably not.
No, because the reason why Jax has the top button on. Dude, that's why. Unbutton the top. Seriously, you're a former athlete. Why you look like you're in a band. Bandos wear the collared shirt and you get that top button up. You look like an athlete.
It's a Gen Z thing, I guess.
No, it's not. It's a stupid thing.
No, it's a stupid thing.
Yeah. And Twin Peaks, we want to give you an opportunity to win a big screen TV. All you can do is text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. All right, let's do it. We got to quickly do this.
Time for Roc's really bad dad joke of the day. I mean, really bad. Like, really bad. Here's Roc.
All right, I got 6 of them. What did the big flower say to the tiny flower?
Water me?
Hey there, bud.
Good one.
Hey there, bud.
Hey, I got it. Hey there, bud.
Hey, why did the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants? Why did the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants? In case he got a hole in the wall.
Oh, I get it. I see.
When is a baseball player like a spider? When is a baseball player like a spider?
Give up.
When he catches a fly.
Oh, I see. I get it. Got you. Okay. Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Why are elevator jokes the funniest? Because they work on different levels.
Oh, yeah.
2 more. Okay. What did the pepperoni say when he walked out of the hospital?
Cheese me.
No, I'm cured. And finally, what did the baseball glove say to the ball? What did the baseball glove say to the ball?
I'm here for you.
Catch you later.
Yeah.
That'll be hour number 2 in the books. Hour number 3 is coming up. Again, big screen TV, your choice. Up to 85 inches. All you got to do is text Peaks to 59925. And it's all getting going. Happy hour here at Twin Peaks. Hey, if you got hit with that storm yesterday with the monsoon, you're going to tune in next as we'll be able to help you out if you're having some issues at your
10. Clear.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Do you ever have a case of the Mondays?
You won't if you tune in to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from 1 till 4 as they broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar. That's every Monday from Casino, Arizona.
You may not have any experience dealing with car wrecks, but Lerner and Rowe does. After your car wreck, you need an attorney to make sure your interests, like car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages, are protected. Finding the right attorney is actually easy. Just look for reputation, experience, and results. Lerner and Rowe has thousands of 5-star reviews, decades of experience, and we've recovered billions of dollars for our injured clients. Hurt in a wreck and need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900. Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Tomorrow, the Paris Olympics begin with the most stunning opening ceremony yet. At sunset, a parade of boats carry Olympic athletes to a celebration at the Eiffel Tower. The opening ceremony, tomorrow at 7:30, 6:30 Central on NBC and Peacock.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
A small commitment at least 1 day a week helps reduce ground level ozone pollution and helps us all breathe easier. Bike instead of driving. Fuel after dark. Commit to 1 day and help keep ozone away. Visit maricopa.gov/AQ to learn how you can help.
Sebastian Maniscalco.
My wife and I
Went to go see Hamilton on Broadway.
It Ain't Right Tour 2024.
Oh my God, it was amazing. We saw it. It changed me. It changed me. Now, as soon as I hear that, I'm like, I ain't gonna like this.
Sebastian Maniscalco, live on stage in Phoenix. Footprint Center, August 15th. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit sebastianlive.com.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Raffi Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Here was the first open practice of training camp today, held by the Cardinals. Fans got their first look at the draft class of 2024, including heralded wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. Preseason play will open on August 10th when they take on the Saints. The Suns are set to bring on
Jason went to voicemail.
Assistant coach to Mike Budenholzer. To the G League, the Valley Suns have their first ever head coach in John Little. But on the back to have this Thursday off after captain 2 of 3. They're saying for the next 6 games starting tomorrow versus the
Easy, don't give it out.
It'll be on the mound. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 10, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win. FoxSports910.com. That's Jack at FoxSports910.com.
The Parker and Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
I'm Celeste Rodriguez with your Fox 10 weather experts. 112 for your afternoon high. 90 degrees, 20% chance of storm activity into the afternoon hours. 50 mile per hour winds is what we'll experience.
Sponsored by Staples. 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are just 45 cents at Staples. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program. Ends valid in select stores, limit 30. Save big on back to school at Staples.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Deer Valley, located in the Deer Valley Town Center.
Yep, I just got him.
All right, Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
You're hot.
Fox Sports 910.
Our balls are talking some Cardinal football at 3:30, but right now joining us on the right to the guest line as we're out here at Twin Peaks Deer Valley is our good buddy Jason Payne from State 48 Roofing. As I think it's safe to say, yesterday was the first storm of the year, would you guys say, season-wise?
Major
I didn't get
storm.
anything.
Well, we didn't either, but it is very windy, a lot of wind, sprinkles. The west side got hammered.
So Jason, you have to wear a couple different hats in your industry. You know, you own a roofing company. Do you have to be a weatherman as well?
We actually have one of our team members that she watches 3 different websites, especially during monsoon season, to make sure we don't get caught with our pants down. It's kind of wild. It's an adrenaline rush for sure.
So it was yesterday kind of open season. This is like opening day for monsoon season yesterday.
Yes, today is day 1 of our elk hunt. Yeah, it's our deer tag. Yeah, no, it's go time for us roofing contractors. So we're excited.
Well, I would say this. I mean, mostly the west side got hammered big time. When you have those certain pockets, east side, west side, what have you, I mean, how many guys can you disperse within a 24-hour time frame?
Well, we have about 8 sales reps that can do 4 to 5, 6 appointments a day. So we can look at 30 to 40 houses a day and over 100 in a week.
Wow.
So we have reps front in Gold Canyon. We have reps over on the 303 and Lake Pleasant Parkway. And Maricopa. Maricopa got hail last night. I have a sales rep that lives in Maricopa.
Did we lose him?
I think we lost him.
Oh shoot!
He's there. Go ahead.
All right. Sorry, Jason. We're having some technical difficulty from our end. So you guys have the whole market covered. But in regards to what has happened, what kind of advice do you give people if they have an issue? Because it's not like you're expecting to have an issue with your roof. All of a sudden, a big storm and then it leaks. You're like, what do? You don't call 911. I mean, what is it that you do?
No, you call Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the best way to do it is to go to our
Guys, can you not hear him?
phone number on there. You can call or text.
You can talk to me.
And
We
and
could hear. We could that last.
When it's raining, our crews turn into tarp crews, so they actually start tarping roofs instead of
All right, you're hot again.
until it stops raining.
Well, on top of that, I mean, and the one thing I like about you guys is he has serviced my roof, guys. He's been the guys came out and did a phenomenal job. As far as not, I guess, slamming people, so to speak, giving them a complete, thorough understanding what they have and what they don't have, Jason, I think is the key for you guys.
Yeah, what it comes down to is we just want to educate and add value to our customers so they can make the best decision for themselves and their families, whether it's, replace a few broken tiles or if it's time for a new roof or anywhere in between.
So, Jason, you're not just a pretty face and all that stuff. You are really giving back this year. I saw that you're going to be getting involved in some high school football on Cox, and you guys are going to be a big partner. And I know you're doing like Centennial Hamilton, Saguaro Chaparral, Chandler Hamilton. I mean, there's some really good games. I know Manuch calls the games, but I think high school football, and you being from here, has really kind of turned its corner in the last 5-10 years.
Oh yeah, I have a special heart for high school football. Back in the day when it was just Gilbert and Highland, Mesquite was just barely built, Higley was just barely built, Hamilton was the new and upcoming high school. So yeah, I've been part of high school football for going on 25 years here in the Valley, and I love it.
Did you play?
Oh yeah, so I was a strong safety and a free safety at Gilbert High. We lost to Hamilton in the semi-playoffs the year they did a three-peat. We lost to them in the semi for state. So I'm good. Tiger pride, baby.
So, Manuch, you probably called us games. You've been doing it long enough.
20 years. Yeah, I've been doing it 20 years.
So, hey, real quick, as we let you go, Jason.
Do you remember?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Manuch, do you remember Coach Jesse Parker?
Yeah, absolutely. I remember
Jesse. The Hall of Fame, isn't he?
Yeah.
Arizona Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I remember him just real well.
He was my coach at Gilbert High.
And then your quarterback was a guy named Brandon Bilikowski, who I worked with during that time frame as well, too. Him went on to Lehigh and broke all kinds of records.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, hey, we'll let you go on this. When it comes to if there's an issue, where season has started, today's day one, something, if we hope that nothing happens, but if somebody has a roof issue in the next week, month, year, whatever, what is the best approach to get you guys out there right away?
Go to state48roofing.com. There is a phone number on the website, and you can call it or text it. And if it's not an emergency, there's a contact form you can fill out, and then we can set you up whenever you're available.
All right, good stuff. All right, well, hey, I know you're busy. Thanks for popping in for a few minutes. State48roofing.com. We'll leave you with this. Our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day. You being a football fan, today is, would you prefer the Cardinals training camp in Flagstaff or in Glendale? Would you prefer the Cardinals training camp in Flagstaff or Glendale? Your two choices are Flagstaff or Glendale.
But Flagstaff, no brainer. Get me out of the 110.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's it. That's taking it. Jason, thanks, buddy. We'll talk to you. Stay sexy out there.
All righty, boys. Appreciate you.
Jason Payne from State 48 Roofing. Again, hashtag sexy roof status. Sorry, we had a little delay there, which really made it difficult.
It did.
That's the worst.
I just checked outside.
What happened to technology?
There's things kind of brewing out there, so it could be.
So what's the weather say? As you're always into the weather right now.
Chance of thunderstorms again tonight, starting around 5 o'clock. So
I just think it's crazy how these cells
they just pop up.
Sure.
But
West Valley could get totally hit.
Yeah.
Cave Creek nothing.
Nothing.
You know, or
And then
what have you.
And then opposite.
And the reason why they pop is because it's got to cool down in order for it to start to generate
How
more.
do you know?
Because I talk.
What do you know about weather?
I listen because I got workouts at nighttime, and all these weather forecasters talking about the temperature's got to cool down in order to create all these monsoon activity going on. Like last night, I'm up in Anthem. I can see the entire west side of the valley with thunderstorms and lightning, what have you. I'm coming east. There's nothing going on but wind. So it's got to cool down. But sometimes it's too hot to rain. So I am checking the thunderstorm activity, man.
Were you like a science major, Manuch? When
Dude,
you were in
James would be a
college?
gym teacher.
I was a phys ed major.
Yeah,
that makes perfect sense.
The easiest you could take.
Yeah,
but here's
exactly.
the thing. We always had to make sure we are activities outside, what the weather was going to be like to prepare for what's going on out there. So I keep a close eye. Like
Hey,
right now,
we are out here at Twin Peaks Deer Valley. Take advantage of the 29-degree man-sized drafts are going on right now. Bikini Week comes back next week. Olympic Insanity. You are not going to believe what Manuch's favorite singer is going to get paid to sing one song at the Olympics. And I think it's an odd choice of who's going to be carrying the torch.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to smoke a joint out of it.
Yeah, probably.
It's going to light up. That's next. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Most of your Valley freeways looking pretty good right now. I-10 westbound is moving slow through downtown from 16th Street to 19th Avenue with a 5-minute delay. Eastbound on the 202 Red Mountain, an earlier vehicle fire at Wrecker Road has traffic merging to the left to avoid that. Watch for an injury accident in Tempe at Baseline and McClintock.
This report is sponsored by New Vision Auto Glass.
Tired of looking through a windshield with a crack or chip in it?
Get it replaced with New Vision Auto Glass. Qualifying customers can get up to $375 cash back and a free dinner at the Vizio Grill.
NewVisionAutoGlass.com.
480-210-9090. Alexa Spring. Need G2G protein bars. Grab and go fuel for the office, links, and daily grind. Score an 8-pack at Costco or explore flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, power-packed G2G protein bars. Setting your pace.
In the market for an electric charger for your place? Looking to upgrade your under cabinet or closet lighting? Look no further than Arizona Electrical Family. From service calls to new home installations, home remodels, and even TV mounting, we've got you covered. Visit azelectricalfamily.com or call 602-577-1392 to learn more about our comprehensive services and to schedule your free quote today. Power up with the best. Visit azelectricalfamily.com to book your free quote now. AC Electrical Family. Quality service you can trust.
Do you ever have a case of the Mondays? You won't if you tune in to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from 1 till 4 as they broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar. That's every Monday from Casino, Arizona.
There's something that binds us all. The constant hunger to improve. The obsession with every detail. And the reward of a custom fitting taking your game to a whole new level. We're all bound by 2 words said by golfers worldwide. Schedule your fitting at Vans Golf Shops. Find your local store at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Mercedes-Benz Dream Days are here with exceptional offers on the CLE Coupe, E-Class Sedan, C-Class Sedan, and CLE Cabriolet. Going on now through September 3rd. Learn more. MBUSA.com/dream.
It's Thursday.
And the guys are live at Twin Peaks Deer Valley, located in the Deer Valley Town Center.
You're hot.
Celine Dion.
Sing. I don't know about now though.
She's going to perform tomorrow at the Olympics opening ceremony, and she's getting paid $2 million for one song.
Woo.
Wouldn't you do it for free?
For the Olympics, you would think that, hey, it's a great honor. I'll just sing it.
Seriously. I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of money.
Well, I'm surprised she's singing. She's been suffering with stiff person syndrome for almost a year now, where her vocal cords lock up on her whole body locks up. It's like one giant cramp that she's been fighting for like the last year and a half. So I'm even surprised she's going to be doing this.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to foot the bill for her travel, all the accommodations for her and her entire family.
Well, that's
plus the $2 million.
Yeah. See, that would be enough right there, you would think.
Yeah.
We got you covered. Just come and have a great time.
Do
one song. That's
in
it.
Paris.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or go ahead and contribute or donate it to some kind of a worthy cause, one way or the other.
How embarrassing is for the men soccer?
Oh my gosh.
To lose to France. To get blown out.
Well, they got blown out. France is pretty good.
I understand that.
Yeah,
but
they
it's
are.
just when did it get to the point that
I'm done with them.
It's ridiculous.
You said we are the soccer station, and our soccer team sucks.
They really do. Hey, speaking of celebrities at the Olympics, Snoop Dogg is going to be carrying the Olympic torch. He'll be the second to last torch bearer. And there's no word on who he's going to hand it off to.
How? I mean, why?
I don't get that. I don't get that.
Snoop, he's got to have a blunt. He's going to be
Totally.
like really a fatty.
We
got to have a fatty.
We had him at Legacy Park when we opened a
Yes.
few years ago, right?
Uh-huh.
And it was for like 200 people. It was awesome. I counted 9 joints that he smoked. I mean, it's legal, right? So 9.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all like, all us executives are looking at each other like, is this okay? I mean, can he be doing that? He's just toking away like a cigarette.
Dude's staying high,
Don't
man.
you
And he just DJ'd. He didn't even really sing.
Yeah, don't you remember they invited him to do a performance at University of Kansas basketball to kick off the season? And he brought in a couple of girls with stripper poles and everything. And the place is packed and little kids are there.
It's crazy. Speaking of like concerts like that, University of Texas, it came out today that they spent $2.3 million on an on-campus party to celebrate them going in the SEC. And they brought in Pitbull. I mean, that's nuts.
That's when you got
$2.3 million. Texas, everything's big in
That's
Texas.
when you got way too much money in your coffers.
They do. Why is Pitbull all of a sudden? He performed at the WNBA All-Star Game.
Well,
now he did this.
That's like doing a show at some casino like off the 10 in California.
You got it. Yeah, you got to know who your audience is, Jimmy.
I don't think that's a proud moment. Yeah.
15,000 people or 16,000 people. I don't get it. I'm done with Pitbull.
Yeah, NBC. I never was into Pitbull.
Okay.
One song. NBC Universal. They're going to do something pretty interesting. The first hour of the Olympic ceremony will be commercial free.
Oh, well, why wouldn't it be? I mean,
so it starts tomorrow at 10:30 a.m.
Yeah, it's bright and early. When we got Coco and LeBron carrying the flag for the U.S.
That's it. Yep.
Everybody coming in with the ceremony.
Coco, I'm okay with, but
Oh, come on.
LeBron, please.
Come on. He's the greatest player on the planet.
This is a
and
Nike
you
move.
know it.
This is a Nike move.
It doesn't matter
Yes,
who
it
it
does.
is.
I would rather have an amateur. That's what the
Rock.
Olympics all about.
God, you are such
you're
a
just
curmudgeon.
No, because you are. You believe in some of the BS that comes out of his mouth.
No, I don't. That's got nothing to do with
Then
anything.
why, you really think he's somebody that represents the United States in a good way?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, come on.
What the hell? He's got
LeBron
a school.
James.
If you go to his school, he pays for your college.
Okay.
He pays for your
He's
college.
very generous.
You're
Rock.
just
Did
still.
I
you're
say
still-
anything about his generosity?
You're still
No.
pissed. You're still pissed about the decision. That's what
No,
you're
I'm
upset
not.
about.
I don't like that. I just don't like his rhetoric. I don't
is-
like it's all about
So
LeBron
what?
James. It's all about this and
All
that, and making
athletes-
sure his
athletes
son
are
could play
all
well.
like that.
Let me-
No, but he's another level.
Here's the thing. The Olympics are about non-political stuff.
They
So-
are.
Then why is he in there?
Okay, because
He's one of the most political guys ever.
it's supposed
Put a college athlete in there. Put a non-professional in there.
And so that's my point.
Then why are they using him?
They want to make it non-political. So besides,
Then why are they using LeBron?
Because he's the most iconic athlete.
He's one of the
in
most
this-
political
Again,
guys.
let me say it
That's
one more time.
You just said they're trying to make it non-political.
Yeah, they
then
don't-
they put a political guy in there.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Hey, you're totally
No,
wrong
I'm not.
with what you're saying.
What I'm saying is they want to make sure it's all about the athlete.
Then why would
Politics
you
aside,
use LeBron James? Because it's all about LeBron
Because
James.
he is
It's about
iconic.
LeBron James. He's an
I
iconic
understand,
athlete.
but Coco makes so much sense.
I get
But
Coco,
how
yeah.
about an athlete? The Michael Phelps of the world type of athlete,
Fair.
not LeBron. Somebody either an individual sport or
So
a
you would have
or
liked
a
Katie
non-professional.
You would have liked Katie Ledecky.
I would have been okay with that.
Okay.
I can see
but they already got the female.
But they want
to. Don't you think? I mean, the Olympics are all about was amateurism, right?
Yes. Right.
That's
Not
kind of what
anymore.
it should be,
Not
in my
anymore.
opinion. Hey, there's no runner. I mean, it's a good. It could be our it's your call question tomorrow. But I'd be anxious to see. Are you in favor of LeBron James being the the holder of our
I
flag?
thought about it.
Of all people.
Why not?
Are you kidding me?
Why not?
That whole Black Lives Matter and everything that he did and how he was.
He's a black guy. How do you expect him to respond, Rock?
He is
You're
all
just an
about
old
Nike.
white guy.
Well, you guys are the old guys. It's just
I think
he is not a good representation of the United States
I
of
think
America.
he's probably the most iconic athlete in the
Olympics.
In the Olympic period. So the USA is going to pick him to say, here's our top dog for this. As all the other, you don't think some of these other European or communist countries, the people representing, I mean, not communist, but
I was just going to say, where are you going with that?
those political statements, they wouldn't be at the Olympics. But I think what they're saying is, okay, politics aside, we want to pick the best athlete for us. He and Coco are there. Now the Snoop Dogg thing with the carrying the torch, maybe they want to incorporate diversity again. Diversity,
Nike,
this, that, whomever, Nike. By the way, Ralph Lauren's the one that's outfitting them. So Ralph Lauren, all their outfits. I don't know who the sponsor is. Maybe Nike's the shoe sponsor. But I think again, they're just going, okay, folks, forget his political stance or her political stance. We're going with the best athletes available. That's what the U.S. is saying. That's what I'm sure. You got all the other countries are saying, who's our best athlete, period. And they're going to put them out front and center carrying their flag.
I just think, having someone that is not a professional athlete makes more sense because
they're all
90-something
professional now.
Not necessarily. Well,
They are.
NIL.
Yes.
Okay, but that's different. Okay, you know what I mean. I'm talking
I get what
that are
you
not
mean.
at the next level already
Yes.
being paid.
Okay.
I can see because the Olympics, all those Olympians are getting paid or taken care of one way or the other. Now, to your point, you'd rather have a non-professional basketball player, MLS player, whatever. You want a true amateur that's in there. I mean, Coco, she's getting paid. Top tennis player. Him, he's getting paid. Okay, who's the top amateur that you would put in there?
I can't name one.
I can't for the USA.
Yeah, I can't name
I
one.
can't name one. I don't
follow it enough.
Polo player, this player.
They all make money.
Track that. I mean, they're all
They all
making
make
money. That's how they survive. They're getting sponsored. So is it a sponsorship when you say, well, they're not professional? Well, these sponsors are paying them to live. I know some guys. When you talk to Dan O'Brien,
I'm looking at past years. They're an equestrian guy. There's different types of sports that are not so in your face like he is. There's track and field athletes. I just think somebody like that makes more sense than LeBron James. You're going down the political route. I wasn't even thinking politics, but if you're saying they're trying to stay non-political, that's not the guy you put.
But here's the thing: the reason why I'm saying, Rock, is politics. That person's politics aside, what that committee, what the committee saying is, who's our best athlete? Put the politics aside, and that's my point.
So you would say LeBron James is the best athlete of everybody that's in the Olympics?
I think for the USA, that's who picked him. He's
not
on
some track and field.
He's the most iconic, one of the greatest of all time. That is going to carry that flag.
40-something years old.
Okay, but
maybe
saying,
10 years ago he should have done it.
But for now, between all the track athletes, all the other basketball players, soccer, water polo, whatever.
Not going to put a soccer player.
They're not. LeBron James is like when they put him on the international stage, everybody knows who LeBron James.
Yeah, I'm
is.
right.
When they walk him out there, it's going to be LeBron James carrying that flag. That's what they want.
Who wants?
That's what they.
Who wants it? Everybody needs to know who the guy is. I would rather see an equestrian guy or somebody I've never seen before, and then I find out his story or her story on why he's that popular. We all know LeBron's story. We're tired of it. We've seen it for so many years.
But
I just think it makes more sense to get somebody that's not as iconic.
So
as
the
you
USA
say.
on the worldwide stage wants to put their most iconic player out there. It's LeBron James carrying the flag. A lot of folks may not know who Coco is. I mean, they not. But if there's a story out there, nobody knows about that story. They might during the Olympics, but they're going to put their best out there front and center. Aside from what he says one way or the other on and or off the court.
We get you. We get you. It's okay. We know what
you got to remember, Rock. A lot of the folks outside of the U.S. aren't hearing his comments or his other stuff that he's saying.
good. But
So there's
the fact that you know, and you just said that what if they're going to do their homework and they start finding out the things he said in his comments he said? That's not what you want.
I don't think that folks in
I don't think that's going to be
France
impactful.
I don't know what world you guys or what bubble you older guys are, but LeBron James is not a good representation of our United States.
Okay, he's the
He's
most
a model
iconic
citizen, model
athlete.
father.
Hey, and you talked about a lot
I
of the
talked
stuff.
about a lot his philanthropy.
He does a lot of stuff outside of basketball. Now, his opinion may not agree with,
Yeah.
but I don't think there's people.
That's his opinion.
I don't think people in France or Bulgaria or Italy or whatever are going to look up, okay, what are some of the political statements LeBron James? They're going to, oh my gosh, that's LeBron James, one of the greatest of all time. They go, oh, wow, that's a pretty good representation, whether you agree or not. That's what they look. I mean, I wouldn't look up who the France carrier is.
Don't you think LeBron James he's been in movies? He's in, he does a bunch of stuff. He's the face of Nike basically in some sense. Everybody knows who he is.
He's in the Olympics. They're going to put him out there front and
That's
center.
why they're putting him out there.
He's there. The U.S. going, hey, we got the best of the best, and he's going to carry the flag along with Coco Gauff. And here's what they're absolutely going to use him. And that's all voted upon as well, too. The committee goes, he's our guy. We're going to make that happen. And with Michael Phelps, when he was in the Olympics, he was a great story. And then, matter of fact, more stories came out about him, about his mental health, a lot of the stuff he suffers with. And that's great. But I'm not looking up, okay, the stories about that France flag carrier, Italy, whatever, and they give you a little background on them, that's cool. They're going to say LeBron James, one of the greatest of all time, blah, 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 whatever. That's what the world is watching. Those translations, those different languages are, oh my gosh, they're looking at LeBron James.
Manuch, you and I are not going to win this argument with Rock. He is not going to change his opinion. And that's fine. That's his opinion. I have my opinion. Rock has his opinion.
But I think
right or wrong.
What the committee is looking at, they want the best sports representation person marching that flag around the stadium is what they want. And that's where they're going. And okay, I see it. I get it. I mean, that makes sense to me.
If there's a criteria and he checked all the boxes that the committee wanted, then fine. But I just think that, I'm still a fan of amateurism if there is such a thing anymore. And I would like to have seen somebody else as that. In the years past, I've never even thought twice about who carries the flag. Michael Phelps I did because, he was amazing. I mean,
he's from here.
A top 5 athlete in the world.
But he also had his issues away from the pool.
I remember
which are well documented.
Carl Lewis, he carried the flag for years. You think of some of the guys who are out there that have walked the flag out there. I mean, for us as Americans, put everything aside, whether you agree and you go see that individual, that guy or gal, walking that flag out there. What the USA is saying, one of the greatest of all time has opted to play in our Olympics and try to get a gold medal for the USA team. So they're number one, they're going to take advantage of that to say, he's here. If he wasn't there, I don't know who'd be the next one to carry that out there. Steph Curry, KD.
But why would it be on a team that's going to totally dominate and win the gold? It's not even. It's not going to be a joke.
We don't know that. We believe that they will win the gold. They should.
If they don't, it'll be the biggest embarrassment.
I would agree with that. I agree with that.
How great would that be?
That would be a story.
That'd be horrible.
It would be horrible.
We're going to talk some Cardinal football next. Howard Balzer from USA Today. He will jump on next as we continue out here at Twin Peaks, Deer Valley. It's Fox Sports 910.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
To Thursday off of the Diamondbacks after taking 2 of 3 in their series with the Royals. They're back home for the next 6 games starting tomorrow against the Pirates. Zach Gallen will be on the mound. The Cardinals held their first open training camp today. Fans got their first look at the 2024 draft class, including heralded wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. Preseason play begins August 10th versus the Saints. The Suns are set to bring on James Posey as an assistant to head coach Mike Budenholzer. And in the G League, the Valley Suns have their first ever head coach in John Little. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
I'm Celeste Rodriguez with your Fox 10 weather experts. 112 for your afternoon high, overnight low, 90 degrees, 20% chance of storm activity into the afternoon hours. 10 to 15 mile per hour winds is what we'll experience. Friday, much of the same. Saturday, dropping to 109.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school, including tech. Right now, get up to $500 off select PCs at Staples. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program. Ends 9/14. For participating stores, visit staples.com/stores/school deals.
Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar on the southeast corner of Cave Creek and the 101. Happy hour 7 days a week, 4 to 7, with $5.50 house wines and well drinks, $4.75 drafts, plus tons of food specials. Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar.
An all-in-one wireless copier and printer or IT help for your business? Call Document Solutions of the Valley, the official copier and IT solutions company for Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Document Solutions is leading the Valley in business solutions for copier and IT service. They'll support your business no matter how big or small. Take advantage of either buying, leasing, or renting many makes and models of copiers. For a free quote, call 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Our service can't be copied.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. Monsoon season is here, which means my team and I are ready to serve you and your family. Go to state48roofing.com, scan the QR code below. We'll see you up on your roof.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks is always adding exciting cocktails to the menu with the expertly balanced Sincoro Hall of Fame Margarita. Try it at your local lodge today.
Small commitment, at least 1 day a week, helps reduce ground level ozone pollution and helps us all breathe easier. Ride public transportation. Carpool. Commit to 1 day and help keep ozone away. Visit maricopa.gov/AQ to learn how you can help.
Tomorrow, the Paris Olympics begin with the most stunning opening ceremony yet. At sunset, a parade of boats carry Olympic athletes to a celebration at the Eiffel Tower. The opening ceremony, tomorrow, 7:30, 6:30 Central on NBC and Peacock.
Sarah Spain with iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One. The WNBA announced a new 11-year media rights deal on Wednesday, featuring partnerships with Disney, Amazon Prime Video.
Do you guys have any more issues? Because it's been kind of spotty the last couple segments. I already told how.
Value up to nearly $3 billion. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
With the Venture X business card from Capital One, you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/VentureXBusiness.
Covering the National Football League for close to 50 years. A longtime NFL writer, broadcaster, and Hall of Fame voter, Howard Balzer. Now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
NFL season starts in 1 month, 1 week, 4 days, 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 25 seconds. We ready?
We're ready.
Howard Balzer joins us, USA Today, Cards Wire. How you doing, bud? What's going on? You enjoying actually watching some real football?
Yeah, two days of camp, and you just mentioned it, but my first reaction when you reeled that off was, but who's counting, right?
Yeah. Hey, would you say, Howard, this is probably and you've been covering this team in St. Louis and here for so many years. Would you say this is one of the more quietest off seasons that you can remember, or this is somewhat normal?
It is pretty quiet, and I think sometimes when a lot of stuff is happening with other teams, that you start thinking that every team is like that. But yeah, it has been. And in fact, today, I wrote something on Cards Wire about, Buda Baker, speaking to the team Tuesday night, a little impromptu message to the team and in their team meeting. And the one thing I mentioned was, here's a guy entering the last year of his contract, but no drama with him. And, he's just here to do his work and do what he can to help this team. And, whatever happens with his contract, so be it. But you look around the league, like you said, and you've got, holdouts or hold-ins at these other places with top players, but not the case here. And on the injury front as well, as we know, last year, I'm sure Jonathan Gannon is just happy that every time he meets with the media that no one asks him, hey, do you have any calendar or any estimate of when Kyler Murray is going to be ready to practice? no questions obviously about that. It's a healthy team. They're one of, I believe they're one of only 4 teams right now that doesn't have anybody that reported to camp and failed their physical and had to be put on one of those physically unable to perform or non-football injury lists. So, John Gaines, he's a little bit limited to start out, but he's ready to go and he's not on, the PUP list. So, injury free, healthy, obviously they all knock on wood and, hope that lasts, that lasts as long as possible. But yeah, very little drama, just a lot of guys out there. And one comment I made, guys, was that we heard this from some of the players in the last month who we got to talk to, even during the off time. And to a man, they're all saying how much they're looking forward to training camp. And I'm thinking, man, I don't know if I ever heard that, of players looking forward to training camp. Now, granted, camp isn't what it used to be, but it's still training camp. And you're still, with your team, basically, an entire day. But, this team is genuinely enthusiastic and excited about what they believe they can do to be better. And we saw today on the field, quite honestly, guys, practice ended, just about an hour ago, and it was one of their high tempo days. And they were getting after it, no helmet, no pads or any of that, but, they were getting after it. It was very high energy. And you can see that these guys are very serious about just trying to improve on a daily basis.
You never talk to me. I totally look forward to training camp. Are you kidding me? That's when I got my reps in. That's when I got my playing in. But I mean, I think you bring up a point you brought up, less drama, not so much stress, but the quieter the scenario. And you look over the last several years, those teams that reported to everybody in sync, everybody's there, no noise, no drama, were typically those very successful teams, i.e., the Chiefs. Now, the Niners got a little drama going on, and so do the Cowboys. But when you look back at your days of reporting, those teams that everybody in camp just going about your business seem to be the most successful teams that year.
Yeah, a lot of times that's the case. There's no doubt about it. There's always going to be a certain degree of distractions, but you want to keep them to a minimum. I mean, think back to camp 2 years ago when DJ Humphries wasn't practicing, and we were told he had a stomach illness, and yet he was standing on the sideline. And we're all going, well, if he's got a stomach illness, is that contagious? Well, we all knew that it was a hold-in, and he wasn't going to practice until he got a new contract. And when he did, suddenly his illness went away, and he was on the field the next day. Same with Marcus Golden that summer. And they concocted a story about how he dropped the weight on his toe, and that's why he missed all that time. So, yeah, I mean, it's a positive atmosphere. I think I think that the team, the players, have a lot of belief in Jonathan Gannon and this coaching staff and the way they do things. The way they protect and take care of the players. I mentioned that today was a high tempo day. Yesterday was a low day. I assume tomorrow will be kind of in the middle. They'll have Friday off. They'll have Saturday off. And then, of course, Sunday is a practice just for the season ticket holders. And I think they might be in pads for that practice. But, they like the approach of this team, and James Conner talked about it yesterday. The confidence that everybody has in each other, and the way things are being run now.
Howard Balzer is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Howard, was there any pop today? Any big moment for Marvin Harrison Jr.? Because that is the guy that fans want to see pop right away at training camp.
Yeah, there definitely was one, and there was some pretty nice plays there with all the quarterbacks, really. There was, the second and third unit played, got a lot of snaps, but the first unit did also. And there was one pass from Kyler Murray where there was a defender right there, and the ball threaded the needle perfectly, and Harrison reached up to make the catch, and that got a big roar from the fans that were in attendance. But there were some other ones too. I mean, Zay Jones made some nice plays. Trey McBride. So the ball was spread around, and a lot of guys were doing good things. And like I said, before, they were getting after it. In fact, there was a little pushing and shoving at one point on a running play where it was near the sideline, and Will Hernandez gave Wilson he came up and was trying to get right in Will Hernandez's face, which is kind of not a great thing to do when you're outweighed by that much. But, teammates, held him. But that was just indicative of, the tempo that these guys were playing with today.
Well, and speaking of tempo, what is Jonathan Gannon? What's his mantra for this camp? You're talking about back off here and heavy energy day today. Does he have any kind of a philosophy or mantra per se that he shared with you guys?
Well, one of those things, he has certain buzzwords, if you will, or buzz themes, mottos, if you will. And one of them is, every day you just work to get better. And because if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And so that's one of the messages that he mentions to us. And I'm sure he says it to the team a lot of times because we hear the players repeating it. And that's why I say that a lot of these guys are buying in because they repeat a lot of the things that he says, keeping, Paris Johnson said it a couple of weeks ago when he talked to us, or maybe it was last week. James Conner said it to us yesterday, keep the main thing. And that sounds pretty simple, but Gannon says that all the time. And now he's got the players repeating it. So I think that's his, consistent message is it's all about the work. It's all about whatever the tempo is, just get the work done and try to improve on a daily basis. And that's how you become a better football team.
I'm real curious about the fan reaction now that training camp is here. I don't know if you've had much opportunity to be around fans in the stadium yet, but it seems to me that the Cardinal fan base is like over the moon with the changes that have been made and expecting this team to be in a playoff battle.
I think there's probably a lot of fans that believe that, or I think they believe that there's a chance that could happen. And I don't think they're wrong on that because as I've said before, guys, if you can get to December and you have a record of around 500, well, you're in the playoff hunt. It doesn't mean you're going to make it, but you do well in those last 5-6 games of the season. And heck, you can get into the playoffs with a 9-8 record. So I think that you can compete for that. But I think the one thing is, I think the fans, they see what has been done these last 2 years. They see the improvement in the roster. Jonathan Gannon made a comment yesterday of what a good job Monty Ossenfort has done. He says, because right now you can't pencil in 53 guys who are going to be on this roster. Granted, you can make a list of a lot of guys are going to be on it, but there's a lot of competition for backup jobs. And I think that's indicative of how the depth has been built on the roster. And I think a lot of fans see that. And obviously they're enthused by the addition of Marvin Harrison Jr. Certainly, I don't know if the fan base is ever going to be sold totally on Kyler Murray until they really win big. But, those who do believe in him, it's certainly a positive that he's available and healthy and hopefully will stay healthy for the season. So I think the fans see all that and they have optimism that this team will at least be better than they have been the last 2 seasons when obviously they only won 8 games. The crowd wasn't huge today, but it was vocal, and I'm going to be real interested. And of course, it's a weekday. I'm going to be real interested in what it's going to look like on Sunday on a weekend and with the season ticket holders, what kind of crowd they're going to get for that one.
All right, I think it's intriguing. You brought it up there. Aside from Marvin Harrison Jr., Darius Robinson, and Max Melton, the top picks, you got 4 third-rounders that could be very much incorporated. You talk about competition in reference to we may see a lot more rookies playing a lot more football than we have in the past with this Cardinals team.
Well, no doubt. And, hey, look how many rookies played last year. And some of that was because of injury, but there was a lot of rookies that played last year. And this year you have even more rookies that are on this team. And so you're expecting a lot of those guys to play a lot. You're also expecting the guys who played last year as rookies to take that jump from year 1 to year 2. And the 2 guys I point to in that department are Garrett Williams and B.J. Ojolari. 2 important positions on that defense. The one in the edge rusher and Ojolari, and Williams wherever he's going to be. He could be on the edge, on the outside at times, at corner. At times he could be in the slot, but he's going to be on the field a lot. And so when you look at guys like that and what they might be able to do in their second year, Dante Stills, who ended up playing a lot last year because of injuries on the defensive line. He should be a factor. So, yes, there's a lot of first and second year guys on this team. And here's a number. I was just chatting with Kelvin Beachum in the locker room after practice, and I said, I don't know if you realize this. I asked him, how's it feel to be the elder statesman on this team? He's one of only 3 position players on this roster that is 30 years old or more. Now, there's 2 special teamers, of course, Matt Prater and the long snapper Aaron Brewer, but only 3 position players. That's Beachum. Dennis Gardeck will be 30 on August 9th. And then Chris Moore, a receiver they signed in the offseason, who's just battling to make the team, he turned 30 in the offseason. So it's a very young roster, and that's what they're counting on is young players just continuing to get better, not only on a daily but on a yearly basis.
Hey, last question for you, Howard. Trey Benson, how much are they incorporating him and getting him involved to somewhat spell James Conner? I'm sure we'll see limited action in preseason.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see him a lot, obviously, in the preseason games. Right now, haven't seen, get too many snaps with the first unit. They've been pretty much, 1, 2, and 3 in the units, and he's been with the second unit. But, he's showing that first. He's showing an ability to catch the ball. But I think you're 100% when the preseason games come around, which believe it or not, is only, 2 weeks from Saturday is the first preseason game. And I'm sure he's going to get the ball a lot, I would think. Maybe not. Well, he's going to play a lot. We'll see how many times he gets the ball, but I'm sure he's going to get those preseason opportunities. And that they have plans for him to, not replace James Conner, obviously, but take some of, keep James Conner fresh. I mean, he'd like to be out there every play, but he also realizes where he's getting in his career that the way to, have more longevity is to, not be out there as much. And if Benson can get out there and do some of the things he can do, but also have the explosiveness that he's able to have running the football, then that's just going to make the overall offense better. And if it keeps James Conner fresh, then that's an added plus.
Thank you, Howard. Appreciate your time. Talk to you next week.
All right, next week, of course, I'll be in Canton for the Hall of Fame weekend. Looking forward to that again. So I'll be talking to you from football heaven.
All right, wait.
Well, yeah.
Thank you for allowing us to do that next week. We'll look forward to that. Thank you, Howard. Howard Balzer, follow him on Twitter, hbalzer721, part of Cards Wire at USA Today. As part of the settlement in the House in the NCAA case, schools can no longer limit. They have a limit when it comes to the number of scholarships they offer. They're going to cap it, which means no more walk-ons. I'll tell you what that's all about next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear. That's your standard amount of bucks. Can you disconnect and reconnect,
Time
please?
to line your pockets with bonus bucks.
Fat stacks of cash.
Be listening every weekday for your chance to win $1,000.
Oh my God.
Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. Results matter. Hello? We want to help you win $1,000. Powered by Lerner and Rowe Accident Attorneys, where we treat you.
Anybody there?
In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
202 Red Mountain Freeway near Wrecker Road. We have fire blocking the right lane. 10 westbound off-ramp to Riggs Road. We have an off-ramp reportedly blocked. 10 westbound near Jefferson. We have an accident that's sitting off to the right.
This report is sponsored by New Vision Auto Glass.
Hi, looking for a windshield with a crack or chip in it?
Get it replaced with New Vision Auto Glass. Qualifying customers can get up to $375 cash back and a free dinner at the DTO Grill.
NewVisionAutoGlass.com.
There you go, 210-9090. If you haven't tried G2G protein bars, today is the day. Find them in your local Costco's refrigerated section or online at G2GBar.com. Incredible taste and packed with protein. They are perfect for your on-the-go lifestyle. Check them out today.
Hey, it's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. You know us for delicious family dinners and huge party pizzas. But did you know we are great at feeding a large group too? Our full catering menu has a ton of variety, so everyone will find something they love. And the best part, we don't charge per head. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll handle the rest. Check out our catering menu at Venezias.com. That's Venezias.com. Venezias, a family and catering tradition.
Do you ever have a case of the blues? You won't if you tune in to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from 1 till 4 as they broadcast live from the CAZ.
Anybody there?
At the CAZ Sports Bar. That's every month.
Can you disconnect and reconnect, please?
In the market for an electric charger. An Arizona electrical family, from service calls to new home installations, home remodels, and
we'll find out. I needed to clear up the massive delay you guys were running.
AZElectricalfamily.com or call 602-577-1392 to learn more about our comprehensive services.
I know. I already told Howard was prepared for me to finish the interview with him.
AZElectricalfamily.com to book your free quote now. AC Electric.
Yeah.
Olympics begin with the most stunning opening ceremony yet. At sunset.
No.
Tomorrow, 7:30, 6:30 Central on NBC and Peacock.
Hello, this one's you guys today. News. Local high school sports has a new home right here on Fox.
Just because of where you are.
The Coach B and Eternal radio show can now be heard right here on Fox Sports 910 every Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m. Don't miss it.
Work is busy, and home, pretty much the same. But you wouldn't know it because my skin doesn't look stressed thanks to Olay Retinol Body Wash. Its hydrating formula is packed with vitamin.
To follow up, Rock, I don't even know.
I use Olay Retinol Body Wash to transform my renewed. Sure, I still have stress, but my skin looks amazing. Try Olay Retinol Body Wash for visibly renewed skin in just 14 days. Also try
we're good.
24 body lotion.
Wake up with the drive. Jody Ayler tomorrow morning, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 10 and on our free iHeartRadio.
You're hot. All right, college football coaches, they have plenty of trouble trying to hold together a roster of 85 scholarship players. You know that because of this era of name, image, likeness, the money, the transfer portal. It's hard to hold guys. Well, Clemson head coach Dabo Swinney can only imagine what it'll be like with 105 scholarship athletes. Wow. That is the number that has emerged since the House settlement, which is expected to get resolved here possibly by tomorrow in a California court. But what this means, according to reports, we can say goodbye to walk-ons in college sports, as the rules are stating here, at least one report, that the walk-ons, who Dabo Swinney was a walk-on at Alabama, will mean that these current walk-ons are going to be forced out of participating on their current teams. So a lot of coaches are upset. So what they're saying here, and this is going to probably change, but the result of this is they need to have these scholarships. They got to offer those 125 or 105 or 110, whatever it means, to reduce the expenses that'll come with the huge jump in scholarships. So they're not going to have walk-ons.
Well, that's
financial reasons.
Because that's sad, because those guys are a big part of the scout team. You know, a lot of guys are going to play.
Especially their bowl season when 20 guys opt out. You don't want to play. Yep. And you look at some great college players in the past, Baker Mayfield, J.J. Watt, Hunter Renfro. There's a ton of guys. Clay Matthews, Stetson Bennett, another one.
There's
Luke
a list.
Falk. These are all, walk-ons that, in the last, 10, 15 years have had a lot of success and won a bunch of awards.
It's almost like paring it down like an NFL team. They don't carry a 53-man roster. We used to be 45. And a lot of times you see a lot of, gyrations going on because they need guys to come in and practice. You need bodies. And if they've got 100, let's say they have 115, 120 guys, and 15 of those are walk-ons. So they're called preferred walk-ons, which they have to be approved.
So right now, college rosters have 120 players and 35 are walk-ons.
Yes, that's about the norm.
That means you got first, second, third team, and then a scout team.
Yeah,
right?
Scout team, but you also have depth you're developing. There's a lot of guys that you say, hey, look, we can't. Like one of my quarterbacks right now, Navi Bruzon, who went over to ASU. He's a preferred walk-on. He went over to Springs. He's there. But he's the running fourth string. He could be running second or third string, but it'll be a PWO the whole year. Now, what will happen is if they feel he's scholarship worthy, they can give him a scholarship at the end of the year. And what a lot of times these preferred walk-ons, because they ought to be preferred. You just can't just show up and say, hey, I'm on the team. They got to vet you out. And what they say is, all right, we want to develop you, kind of like a minor league system within the team. If they feel that kid is worthy, they'll give him a scholarship. Or he may say, look, if you can't give me a scholarship, I can go get an academic scholarship on campus. I still want to be part of this team. So it's unfortunate that this come to this. There's a lot of guys that can develop, become a scholarship guy, or they can develop 2 years or 3 years down the road.
Amateurism in college sports officially dead. It is. Because of this, what's the best thing that you can watch online is when a coach has the whole team gathered together, and they
surprise them, and they prank them.
Johnny, come on up here for a and they give them a scholarship.
Yeah.
It's gone.
No more Rudy.
Yes, and here's the thing: to that point, there was a kid that was there for 3 years. before his 4th year, they did that. He was a lineman. And matter of fact, there was another one. This is really interesting if this happened. There was an offensive lineman. He was all conference. He decided to give up his scholarship to one of the walk-ons this year, and he would just pay for it himself. He had an academic too. So he gave it up. So I want to pass my scholarship on to you. So it's unfortunate because there's so many guys that can develop whatever sport, guys and gals, because you need the bodies on campus to practice.
We'll sure talk about this a lot more over the next few days, few weeks, as college football is just around the corner. You need a new TV to watch football this season. Well, Twin Peaks and us, Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B, we've teamed up to give you an opportunity to win a big screen TV. You get to pick the size. Maybe you need a 50, maybe you need a 60. We'll max it out at an 85-inch smart TV. And all you got to do is text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. And again, we'll give that away in about 4 weeks or so. So we're just launching that today. But we are finishing up here. Thursdays are their loaded fries days, the mules, like all kinds of specials. Happy hour going on right now at the Deer Valley location, all 5. And then good stuff. Real quick, our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day results are?
They are Flagstaff, about 70%, and Glendale.
Why don't you give the question first?
Would you prefer the Arizona Cardinals training camp in Flagstaff or in Glendale?
30.
Again, go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Flagstaff or Glendale? Flagstaff, overwhelming, 69.6%. Glendale, 30.4%.
Great drop in. That'll do it for today. It was a rough one. We'll see you tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
for me. Deal with you guys.